Hello, everyone. Welcome to the next episode of WoodYaTalk. This is Scott and Bomber without Woody for WoodYaTalk. He had a last-minute family emergency. He cannot make it. He did say to go on. We have our own timing and plans of stuff, and we have 1 week before WrestleMania and haven't done one all year. We're doing it now. So, with his blessing, we are continuing on with the effort of catching things up and looking forward and going from there. So again, I am Scott, and we have Bomber here. How are you doing today?
I'm sunburnt in the face, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm ready to talk WrestleMania, JRPL style, that is, anyway.
WrestleMania, the WrestleMania weekend of stuff, and it does involve a bit of recap from literally everything from TakeOver and the Royal Rumble through Fastlane, the Elimination Chamber, and Ring of Honor. We're not gonna dwell on everything, but that stuff does lead to the build-up, so it all just kind of works together anyway. Yeah. But we're gonna be realistic about stuff. There's like 8 shows to talk about with one 5-hour one, so yeah. So how's been let's peel back just a little bit here, Bomber, real briefly. How's it been booking all this?
Building up to WrestleMania, I felt not as prepared this year as compared to last year.
Because this is only their second one. We're into almost like year 3.
Yeah.
But we debuted at the first show after Mania. So this is... Your first Mania was last year.
Yep.
Which was a big deal because we also had TakeOver and Ring of Honor on the same day prior to it. That was
insane.
They've at least spread them out so they're a day apart now.
Yes.
But you've learned from that one. You had a lot of crazy stuff going on there, and you've got this. So
yeah, and luckily, I guess unlucky. Anyway, I moved. I don't have the job that I had before. We'll just say that. So I have a little more time on my hands. So that will actually help out a little bit. Luckily, unluckily, however you want to look at it. But it will be a little more. I've decided I'm going to prep this time. I am going to try to get G1 Supercard and the NXT New York kind of pre-prepped, meaning like I'm going to create the results page. I'm going to try to get as much coding done on both of those shows so I can get the results out as fast as possible. Whichever shows that I'm going to write up some of the write-up already on some of the matches that lead up and build up to WrestleMania. So the plan is to get the results out immediately after the shows, either later on that same night or very early the next day before the next show. Like the TakeOver New York will be out before the G1 Supercard, and then both of them obviously will be out before WrestleMania. So that's my plan this time.
To that extent, anybody who does have stuff to send in, get it in as soon as possible, considering, so you're not waiting.
I almost made a post yesterday and said, hey, if anybody's got stuff for their write-up, send it to me right now. I'm going to start saving stuff, so I guess this is your warning, and I'll post it on Discord as well, so yeah.
You'll have to put in, there are cutoffs, so people are I'll come up with stuff. No, come up with it now. And I've done this for a lot of matches in the past while. I literally have the if I win and the if I lose. And I have both versions worked out and go from there. Now, again, you're working with someone, and Redhead and I are working together with stuff, so we've been going back and forth for a while now. We're going to clarify some stuff, and yeah, it'll pretty much be ready to go. And I won? Send. Oh, I lost? Send. Either way. It's or you'll have everything else. Here's the ending.
And that helps out a lot. And the other thing to keep in mind, G1 Supercard is a house show, so it will not be as in-depth, as long, and all that stuff because it's a house show. So that will also help me a little bit on my sanity as we do this crazy weekend coming up here. But as far as...
It was kind of a placeholder in a way. Stuff's going to happen, but not really affect things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll talk about that coming up. But one thing... As far as this year, I don't feel as prepped as I did when I'm booking the WrestleMania, the actual WrestleMania card, because last year I had so many more things I feel planned out. I think this one has come together pretty well. I definitely think it's going to be just as strong, if not stronger. As far as overall, I do think the whole Woody Bomber story that was built up over the entire year, almost nonstop, I think that was going to be, a hard main event to top. But
well, considering that continued on through Survivor Series with the war,
which I didn't have planned, and it kind of just happened to go that way. But the war almost was really, I planned for WrestleMania, like if you want to say WrestleMania 1 for the JRPL, to be the blow off for Bomb or Woody, but it unexpectedly carried over, and almost the blow off was the war at Survivor Series later on that year. So, but anyway,
the cool thing about long form storytelling is there's some aspects that are still being felt, like literally that the GM stuff that Woody had, where he was GM for 3-4 months, led to title opportunities and changes and things going back and forth, which led to the war, which led to the UVA winning everything, and Judd is world champion defending at WrestleMania.
That's pretty funny. I wish, I wish I could claim that I planned all of that out, but I'm not going to be that guy. I didn't do it.
Oh, we'll talk about
I'm not going to be Road Dogg
as well. You could have planned it and it still not having happened. Like
true.
There was stuff in the way, but one thing Woody did say, because I did ask if he had any stuff he wanted to put in here, he does like the fact that the Mania event consists of a former Solution member and a UVC member, similar to last year. He did want to comment on that. So I love, again, long-form storytelling with stuff like that is cool.
That is true. But the main thing that I always focus on when he says that is focus on the word former, not solution. No solution. Keep those motherfuckers out of there.
They try to claim, like, oh, Solution's still this.
Yeah, exactly. No, they just want to put their name in the main event. That's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Well, let's roll through some of this, because the Royal Rumble's like I'm not even going to bring up the takeover before the Rumble, because there's not that doesn't deserve to be mentioned. There was good stuff there, but we literally have the tag tournament starting at the Rumble. We have Tino winning the Rumble. We have a lot of stuff that happened at the Rumble to knock it out. So like those are probably our two biggest things. Tino won the Rumble. He was what, 29th?
He was 30th. He was number 30.
Yeah, 30th. And if I'm correct, the greatest Royal Rumble winner was one of the last entrants, and last year's Rumble was one of the last.
Yes, it had being near the end has definitely paid off. But the funny thing is, the way the Royal Rumbles are built, it obviously helps you out to be near the end of the Rumble. But it's not impossible to be further down, if not midway through the Rumble, to win. And it's pretty impossible to win from the number 1 slot. But again, that's why I put a bunch of bonus questions in there for anything to happen. And that it should be almost impossible to win from the number 1 spot, but
that's kind of the point.
It's definitely impossible. It just happened to be the back people every time have won so far. But we got more to come though. So,
well, yeah. And on the flip side of that, there's a giant write-up that you did detailing the Rumble itself with pictures and captions and everything. It's awesome. People go read that. They read the last one too. It's literally like pages long. The Rumble from entrant number 1. It's great.
It's like from entrant 1.
It took you like 3 weeks, right?
Throughout,
like it came out around the time of the Chamber or some shit.
It was really bad. It was really bad timing with the one this year, because it happened to be when I was during my move. Yeah. And I didn't have a computer, and it was rough this time. But on the plan every year is to do the regular Royal Rumble, not the greatest, but the regular Royal Rumbles in January from start to finish, a full write-up. So
yeah, it's a blast. Like I'll be honest, coming out when I did Warden lasting as long as he did, I was there like 30 minutes worth, and it's just you built so many cool little like false hope spots of like, oh no, it's over. You made a Rumble. It's awesome.
Yep. Tried my best.
Now, that said, we do have the Tag Team Championship Classic. You moved that from being a December start into simply purely January.
Yeah, it made sense because it was called the 29. I didn't want to be like, football and NFL and stuff where they start their season in one year and finish it the other year, and they call it the second half of the year. So I wanted to do it, obviously, the full year.
Yeah, so this was the 2019. And, we had some first-round wins here. A lot of upsets from a lot of people that was going through. We got AHMF losing to the Chaotic Maniacs, and the Enigmas losing to the Drifters. CM Carlito and Super Hippo beating the 10-ton team isn't exactly an upset. That was probably the one that people were normal with.
Yeah.
But we had Team No Chance losing to the award winners. That's myself and Matt Zion, a thrown-together team thanks to the UVC, because they won titles and got pulled out of the tournament. Yes.
Yep.
Now, the fun part about all of that is the night before on TakeOver, we will mention this, at that stupid elimination chamber that got made that Jet survived.
Yeah.
Beforehand, the Tag Team Money in the Bank got cashed in, and Team No Chance won the tag titles off the Enigmas.
Yeah.
Which meant that when they faced Matt and I, it was for the tag titles, and we won them.
And the funny thing was, like, there were so many people that had no. I was the only. In this case, no one knew that was going to happen except me, because I obviously No Chance told me they were cashing in, but they didn't. There was so many different question marks that came into that it was such a giant surprise that the Eloquent Enigmas were blown away, that they were completely shut out. Then they lost their match to the Drifters. It was a very crazy, wacky, I think it was pretty exciting couple days.
I loved it.
Yeah, it was insane.
Not just the fact that we won. I just loved everything about it, because it's like, if that hadn't happened, oh my God, what's going on?
Yeah,
like
Scott, Matt,
the Drifters would have won the titles, upsetting the Enigmas.
That's true.
If that hadn't happened, the Drifters would have won it there, and they would have upset them. So.
Yeah, and the thing was, it went from Scott and Zion, who weren't even in the tournament, to getting placed in. You had no idea. All of a sudden, Buchan and Lily cashed in. They won, and then you guys became champions after not even originally going to be.
Because you look at the bracket, it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, it was a complete crazy. And then Awesome Hooded Motherfuckers lost in the first round, which was probably, I think, the biggest upset of the first round.
Probably, yeah.
I mean, you and Zion was pretty big, but I think that Tigers and GMSG losing was huge. I guess we might as well just finish talking about the Classic, since we're already working on it.
I was going to say, we can just zoom right through that, because it kept going into the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah.
And the second round had Drifters versus CM Carlito and Super Hippo, and then the award winners versus the Maniacs. And the award winners retained the tag titles.
Yes, a lot of people were counting you guys out, and another win.
And it's like, it shouldn't work, but it did. And it was 67-48, so it was a good win too.
Yeah, it was a really good win.
It also, I'd never retained the tag titles last time, so now I've done that, and I got the achievement for it. I was very happy. And also changed history, because last time the upset team that I was on won the titles and then lost them right away. Not this time. Nope.
You guys made it to the finals.
And that's it. If the Drifters had won, say they won the tag titles in their first round, they would have retained them here against Carlito and Hippo, which I still think Carlito and Hippo, despite where they're at and the slides they've had, it's still a big deal to beat them. Like, that has not gone away as far as I'm concerned yet.
Yeah, they're lucky that they haven't completely worn off, because they if you go back and look at their actual stats and records and stuff.
Oh, the shine is definitely off, but it's still, it's like, wow, they beat them.
It's still Hippo, that name still carries a little weight, even though you're probably going to win when you face them at this point in time.
Yeah.
The name still carries a little bit of weight.
I can compare it to literally, because all the Undertaker streak stuff is coming up with WrestleMania. They're like, oh my God, Undertaker beat Jimmy Snuka. Like, yeah, he really should have. But it's Jimmy Snuka. That's kind of, that's the thing. That's kind of that same aspect here. It's like, wow, they beat Super Hippo. Yeah, probably should have. But they did, though, look. So, yeah.
They remained
and then
undefeated.
That means,
yep.
And then that meant that the Drifters went against the award winners in the final, 2 undefeated teams. One didn't exist until the tournament. The other one had a bonus match beforehand just to make sure it worked.
Still undefeated.
And the Drifters won. And it was a blowout. We sucked. So the Drifters, like, if they hadn't won it, like, it was stolen from them.
Yeah, they should have been the champions originally going in. Yeah, when they beat Enigmas.
And they might have lost it somewhere through, and it would have been like, oh well, at least we had them, right?
Yep.
Well, Destiny came through and got them. So I haven't said this. I thank them for the quick little fun diversion of Destiny.
Yep.
But it's kind of where it should have been all along. Is what it really seems like. So it's awesome. It was a crazy, awesome thing. And
And right now, as we sit, I'm about to load up the statistic page so I can see it. But Nathan 8K and Real Deal JRH are, I think, in my opinion, they haven't surpassed the Solution, obviously, but I think they are rivaling them right now. They're 5-0, 4-0 in WWE, 1-0 in Ring of Honor. I think they are well on their way to rivaling the rival.
Yeah, rivaling.
Yeah, rival. It's a way of saying it. Anyway, rivaling the tear that the Solution were on. Obviously, Beer Me and Warden is who I'm talking about here.
No, they had a massive streak and had, like, I don't want to say higher profile, but you know what I mean. I will say, though, that the Drifters out of the gate are, like, it's a stronger start than the Solution were. Because the Solution, they lost in the first title match. and then they had one defense, and then lost in the tournament to Lee and I.
Yep.
So it's like that. It was a rocky start. Drifters don't have a rocky start. They're 5-0.
No, they are taking control of the tag division, and we're gonna see come what is it? Shit. What I booked for NXT Takeover.
You've got Takeover. We have a #1 contenders match. We've got Team No Chance, the tag title champions who had it for 1 day.
Yep.
Getting a shot in a #1 contender match with Boss Solution, Woody, and Legit Boss 2K.
Yes, who are undefeated as a team. Want to know?
And yes, Legit Boss did come back at the Rumble, siding with Woody. So it's awesome to see Boss back. I always like Boss. So
great.
Team No Chance versus Boss Solution. That's a fun one. And I presume with #1 contender, we're going to see a big match. Not at Supercard, but probably the day after. This whole Wrestlemania thing probably will be the Drifters' biggest challenge. But it's also Boss Solution will be 2-0 at that point, even if they make it there.
Yeah.
So,
and I really wish Woody was here for this part, because here's something that I have with Boss and Woody somehow teaming together. I really wish Woody was here for this, but maybe you can explain it from somebody, hey, an outsider looking in.
Well, hey, I see what you did there.
Yeah. How the fuck is Boss and Woody teaming together? The last time we saw Boss, before she came back and helped Woody and all this at the Royal Rumble, she was a UVA member, Ultraviolet Alliance member, fighting against Woody's team and helping defeat Woody in the war. They got her and Nate got laid out through tables, pretty lethal way, but they did come back eventually. Well, she has anyway. Nate has not been seen as of yet anyway. But how the hell does she finally show back up and helping Woody? Somebody explain this to me.
Especially with Woody doing what he's doing, because he went from that whole thing where the Solution kind of soured at the end of the year, and we had some sketchy stuff where John's attacked and Woody's flipping out and Beerme's with them, and then Warden's on his own, but then Warden and Beerme are together again, and Woody's standing tall, and it's all happy times. And but now Boss is it? What? I don't quite understand it.
And I've been told that Boss is not even a legit. You know how Tino was not a member of the UVC? I've been told by Woody that Boss is not an official member of the Solution, by the way, even though she's in a team that has the word Solution in it. So
that's Woody, because
it's Woody, and I just don't. I wish he was here to ask him these questions, because we haven't done on the show yet where I've asked why and how is this possible.
Well, I even asked and then you wanted me to bring up for you, not just little stuff, and he's like, didn't mention this at all. I'm like, okay. Yeah. Again, the story will play out where it goes. I fully remember you not being sure about the story with Red and I, and here we are. So, that maybe there's something to it. They did say it's a business relationship. It's the old Chris Jericho, Stephanie McMahon thing, where it's not a romantic thing. They are business partners, and that's very clear. So, okay, that means there is some similar interest involved in tag titles, maybe, or I don't know, but
well, definitely, possibly in their future if they can beat Buchan and Lily here. But
and not to sleep on Team No Chance as well. They had a 1-day title reign, but it's literally because there was back-to-back shows. And it just happened to be, oh, look, we won. It's literally against Matt and I, which Matt's Jobber of the Year. That's why they did it, because it's funny. They almost gave me Fart Bucket. They almost had a reign that would have lasted until the Maniacs, probably. We would have seen what happened there with them, but because it would have been that instead. But no, they just happened to lose out. So it's almost like, look, you cashed in and kind of got robbed the next day. So here's another shot at it. Beat this new team who's trying to come up and kind of steal your thunder. So there's a lot of, to me, there's a lot of question marks surrounding that team, but we'll see where it goes and who gets to go to WrestleMania after that win. Because unfortunately for the losing team, not trying to be Debbie Downer, but you are not going to be in a featured match. Just want to point that out. So a lot is kind of riding on that tag match. You win, you get a premier spot at WrestleMania. If you lose, you're going to be on the undercard. So just let that be known. So and that's how it goes with this kind of stuff.
I mean, hey,
we'll get to another one here in a minute too. But we'll talk about the other main thing from the Rumble, and then we can move on kind of from it in general. It's your main event. You mentioned it briefly, but Tino did win the Rumble. Tino is a former world champion.
Yes, he is.
And Tino is going to WrestleMania to face Jut Jut. On the way, he's going to have to take on Dr. Tommy Oliver and Hiroshin Moses in a triple threat at TakeOver. And then he has to face in a no-rope barbed wire death match.
Yeah.
That bastard Bastion at Supercard.
Main event of the show.
Judge's partner. Yeah, that is a brilliant match. I like that because it's Judge and Bastion, right? So that makes sense. But that's his road to WrestleMania. Then he gets to face the champ.
And guess what? Judge's road to WrestleMania is. Did you say what his was yet?
I don't think he even has one. No, he's got a non-title with Platinum, 3J Platinum.
Yep.
And then that's a takeover.
And then he's taking Supercard off because he doesn't do house shows. He's the world champ.
Exactly.
He's the world champ. Yeah. He doesn't show up when he doesn't want to show up. Which actually, rewind to Fastlane. He actually no-showed Fastlane. Everybody knows it wasn't a legit thing, and it was an accident and all this kind of stuff. He got caught at work, which blah blah blah.
Daylight savings kind of fucked this stuff up too, I think, with some people. So,
but anyway, kayfabe wise though, he's the world champion. He shows up when he wants to show up.
It worked, yeah.
So his road to WrestleMania is significantly after, of course, Elimination Chamber was rough, but now it's significantly lighter. He
didn't no-show a title match.
Correct. That was non-title. Yes.
Now that would have affected his next title match. I believe, like
100%.
You get penalties. It wasn't a title match, so it's not like, oh, skip it anyways. You're champ. No, show up. It was a legit thing. It happened. So.
Yeah. Even if like it was a legit like mistake and all that, he talked to us. He talked to us hours before the thing. Me and Bastion, we were working out the cards and who we were going to pick. And then he came on after and was like apologizing. Even if it was a title match and we knew everything, if you're in a title match and you no-show, you are getting a -10 no matter what. Even if it was legit, hey, my internet went out, I couldn't do it, my phone wouldn't work. Sorry, rules are rules. No matter who you are, even if it's
You've got days to plan this stuff out. Don't wait the last minute. That happened to a lot of people, I think, with TakeOver because it was like a 2 o'clock time. People got screwed up. It's like, sorry, you have all week.
Yeah.
You at the very least, you've got like 3 days.
Yeah, he got kind of lucky that it was a non-title match. So
yeah.
So now we you can see who's got the easier path between the two. That's for sure.
Let's talk about how Judge got here though, because he did go through the Royal Rumble. Where is it here? Who did he face at the Rumble?
The Royal Rumble? He faced, he wasn't Modstep. He defended the title against Modstep at Elimination Chamber. At the Royal Rumble, he took on, I think it was on the, he took on Voodoo Dreamer.
God, I gotta keep scrolling. There it is. He fought Voodoo Dreamer.
It was on the undercard. It was on the undercard.
That's right.
He wanted a breather. He wanted a breather.
Yeah, and then it was... Fastlane. Sorry, Elimination Chamber. I'm getting those two flipped a lot.
Yeah, Modstep.
It was Modstep at the Chamber.
Yep.
And there's Fastlane. God, because you've got him down further, I got to scroll for it to find him. Where is he here?
Yeah. And you're looking for what show? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. He wasn't on Fastlane.
Yes, we just talked about. Yeah, I was like, wait a minute. Are you looking at Fastlane? Yeah, he wasn't on Fastlane.
Yeah, and he also doesn't do house shows, so he didn't do Ring of Honor.
That's right, because he's the world champ. He does what he wants.
Yeah,
he does what he wants.
What I was going to mention, I was talking about the chamber. The chamber before all this, the ridiculous Enigmas chamber, where it was basically 5-on-1 that he survived. After that, he's like, screw this, I'll take time off. So yeah, it's kind of like he, by rights, should not have retained in that match.
That was TakeOver Phoenix.
Did Cade Gailey retain at the Chamber?
That was at the Elimination Chamber, the actual pay-per-view.
So, aside from when you lost at the last Chamber...
Yes, I'm the only person
The champions have retained in Chambers. What the hell?
I'm the only one. Yes, you're correct. Yep. I lost to CM Carlito. Took the Ultraviolent title from me, and guess what? Guess who's got it back, though? Just want to
Exactly. We'll work down our titles in a moment here as well. So, we've got the Rumble... And there's there's a lot we can talk about the Rumble, but there's literally been like 3 cards since, so it's not worth dwelling on too much.
Yeah.
Go read the Rumble write-up stuff. There's fun stuff with Redhead and I where I saved her from being tossed out. It was awesome. Warden had this ridiculous like 50-minute run. It's great. And the tag tournament, it's nuts. So that's that stuff. And I'm just skimming through it really quick.
I'll say one of the bigger things that happened as we kind of progress forward, the story between the GMSG and Hiroshin Moses kind of
that's the other part.
Kind of picked up, because the next kind of chapter that opened up in their little feud was Hito decided to recruit some buddies of his. Happened to be the Chaotic Maniacs. Now, they did lose in a 6-man tag against the Awesome Hooded Motherfuckers. That was at, I believe, Fastlane. Am I correct on that assessment? Sorry, I should have all these pages open. I already have 12.
I have them up, and
I have 12 tabs open, but this is what happens when we don't do a show in forever. Yes.
HMF, Tigress, GMSG, and Green Machine versus Hero, Nerd, and Ash. Broken Ash.
Yeah, broken. Yeah. Now, no, Baron Ash.
Baron Ash.
Broken
God,
Nerd.
sorry.
Now, the thing is, yes, the Awesome Hooded Motherfuckers won, but it was kayfabe via DQ, because Chaotic Maniacs came out as a surprise. They jumped the Awesome Hooded Motherfuckers. Hito came out. They destroyed them. And it was just a nonstop brawl that basically resulted in the Awesome Hooded Motherfuckers getting destroyed. And they won via DQ. So they won, but the end of the night destroyed. GMSG was handcuffed to the turnbuckle. Couldn't get in to save his partners. And right at the moment, things are looking up for Hito and the Chaotic Maniacs. We haven't heard any official name. There's been no stable formed at this point. I don't know. I haven't been told on anything forming yet, so it might just be an alliance. That happens. It might be a group in the forming in the future. Who knows? But right now, that's where we stand. And coming up on TakeOver, the Awesome Hooded Motherfuckers are facing the Chaotic Maniacs in a hardcore match, because this is a rematch to the first round of the Tag Team Championship Classic. Which, believe it or not, the Chaotic Maniacs won that match. So we're going to see what happens here. It's going to be Tigers, GMSG, Broken Nerd, and Baron Ash. Hardcore match, hardcore rules. We're going to see what happens. And who knows? Hardcore rules, let's just say, things can happen with no rules. So,
yeah, you know all about that, and so do I, actually. Anyway.
And we already talked kind of about Hito's match. He's facing Tommy Oliver and Tino in a triple threat. That should be those are pretty 3 high-profile names right there for a triple threat. That should be a good one. But, yeah. So that's kind of where we're at right now, leading up into WrestleMania.
Well, and we can kind of talk about that WrestleMania, because at WrestleMania, it is an Iron Man match with Hero and GMSG.
Yeah, obviously, I try to fill up a lot of the specialty matches on the on the WrestleMania show, ones that kind of make sense. And the reason this kind of made sense to me was these guys have already fought a couple times in the past, and I figured, so why not put in a match where, Iron Man match, they're going to pin each other, submit each other, DQ, count out, whatever means necessary, several times. They've already done it before. They're going to do it again. To me, it made sense. I don't know if it makes sense to anybody else, but I figured that would be a match stipulation that would be exciting between those two. And with 16 matches on the actual WWE show, that's going to be a high-scoring Iron Man match. I'll tell you that.
And it makes sense. Like, beating him once, it's not good enough anymore.
Yep.
I'll beat you 3 times in an hour or whatever it is. Yeah.
And then by the end, we will have a definite winner between these two. This is the epitome, but this is the blow-off between these two. Who's going to leave WrestleMania with the overall win in this crazy... This feud has been going on for a while, and it's been back and forth nonstop between these two. And they're Healer's not stable, but between their groups. So, yeah. So that's exciting. I'm really, I don't know. We'll do predictions here in a little bit.
Yeah.
I do want to run through predictions.
I do, and I want to mention, I know we're kind of bouncing around, but it is toward WrestleMania, and I'm trying to keep things on a similar wavelength. And you mentioned stipulation matches.
Yeah.
There's just 2 that stand out about teams exploding. That guy Jack and Exo Kev also in a hardcore match, and Daddy Fatsack and Dave Smells My Fart in a hardcore match taking place in catering.
Oh yeah,
this is when stories just happen to work.
Yeah, and I guess we could talk about that guy Jack and Kev first. This one has been a feud in the making for quite a while. I forgot the actual show where they broke up, But they had a fun little development in their feud where that guy Jack came to me and said, you know what? I don't want to appear on main cards because that's where Kev is going to be. Kev is not going to do house shows, and I don't want to be anywhere near him. So he stopped doing main card shows on purpose. That guy Jack did to do house shows to avoid Kev. That's something that we haven't seen before, a kayfabe kind of story that we've never seen anybody kind of go to those links to do. And
we have had people just like leave to take a break, but they're like literally not doing any of the JRPL.
Yeah.
This is a storyline. I will do this instead. Like, oh, that's cool.
And it was very cool because these guys, obviously there's this interesting tension between the two, with, of course, with the name Daddy Kink. That guy Jack did not want to hurt Kev. He didn't want to attack him. So in their one match, they've only had one match against each other. That guy Jack refused to fight Kev, left the ring, got counted out. Kev came down the ramp, ended up doing his finisher through a table off the ramp, I believe. And Kev is this dirty, basically, if you haven't been following the story, he's this dirty heel who said that guy Jack wasn't enough man for him, I believe, along the lines of what he was saying, and brought in a new partner, XO Liquid Vamp, who they have coined the name hold on, what is their name? Satanic.
Yeah, no,
Siblings of Anarchy. There you go. The Siblings of Anarchy is their tag team name. Pretty fun name. Pretty interesting name. But, yeah, so they have joined the tag division together, and that did not sit well with that guy, Jack, whose partner was Kev. He ran in the Rumble. He showed up at his first main show, which was the Rumble, and ended up getting Kev eliminated from the Rumble. He kind of resulted in him getting eliminated, and that is what is built into this final blow-off match between these two. Hardcore rules, and I'll tell you this right now. I haven't announced this yet, haven't announced this anywhere, but this is the WoodYaTalk exclusive that we like to throw around here sometimes. That guy Jack, he says if he cannot defeat XO Kev, he will retire from the JRPL.
So this is a career-threatening match, not a retirement match.
For that guy Jack, yes. He said if he cannot defeat Kev and cannot have his partner back, exact words, he will retire from the JRPL.
Oh, that's good.
And just to let you guys know, it is a hardcore match with XO Liquid Vamp in Kev's corner. So let's just say odds are not looking good for that guy Jack. So that is where that match stands in the story that they've built up. So, and they've came to me about all of it. So this is all these guys.
Yeah,
so
that's awesome.
This is the kind of stuff, if you're like listening to this, or if you're wondering, hey, how did these guys who don't get many wins on the shows, how are they on the main card? Because they come up with stories like this. So if you say, hey, I'm not on the main card, come up with some stories. Hit me up. Talk to people in the Discord.
Now, on the flip side, we have the 10-ton tag team breaking up.
Yes, this was
also in a hardcore match, but this one's taking place in catering, which I have to say every time because that's amazing.
Yes, and very specific and important. No, this was spur of the moment. I threw these guys together because they were both struggling. I just liked how they were both huge superstars. You had Viscera and Tugboat. So, and I labeled them. It spurred out of the moment, just popped up in my head, the 10-ton team. So I threw them together as a tag team. Let's see what they can do. I think 2 matches into their team, I think they went 0-2, maybe 0-3, and Daddy Fatsag hit me up on Discord, said, "Hey, this isn't working. I don't want to be on his team anymore." So naturally, I wanted to make a story out of it, and with no build up, really nothing planned, I just had them break up in catering. They're 2 big dudes, you know. So I thought it would be funny to have 2 big guys throwing food around and slamming each other through food tables with food on them. And I didn't have at first the plan for their match to take place in catering until I put hardcore rules. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I don't want it to be, you know, just a regular hardcore match. We already have a hardcore match because I had that guy Jack and Kev planned. So I was like, fuck it. Let's just, since they started fighting and catering. By the way, if you went back and read the write-up, it's all over one of them cut the other in line. I don't know if you saw that specifically. Did you see that?
I don't remember it.
One of them cut the other in line in catering, and that's what imploded their tag team. So
that is such a wrestling-ish thing. Yeah, that is so good.
This is kind of comedy. These guys, we're just going to see what happens between the two. But it's going to be hardcore rules. It's going to take place in catering. It's going to get messy. No telling what's going to happen. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's pretty much what this match is.
Not everything needs to be a blood feud or some kind of weird, crazy stuff like GMSG or Tigress and Hero. Or just like, there's two versions of we don't get along anymore. Like That Guy Jack and Kev and Daddy Fats. And then, of course, there's me and Red. There's different levels to how you can do this stuff, how serious stuff goes and whatnot. So, yeah, it all works out good. And then you just get ones like Cross and Bear Me who are just having a qualifying match for Money in the Bank. Let's go. Let's fight. Let's go. These are high-profile guys. So
and there's going to be some more qualifying matches on the kickoff show. The kickoff. But this is one that features two. One is more of a main event than the other, but the other is mid to upper card talent. Talking about Cross here. So this is just a straight up no story coming into this. The winner is going to be in the Money in the Bank match. So. There's a lot riding on it. Yes, there's no big story, but it's kind of two kind of big name guys going at it to see who goes to Money in the Bank, which is the very next month after this. So you got to keep that in mind.
It's not the next show.
Yeah, it's in May this year, so that's going to sneak up on people. People are going to be like, oh my god, it's fucking Money in the Bank already. Like, it's here. Yeah, but
Yeah, so I just mentioned that one briefly because that's kind of where things are going toward. In comparison to how Mania is built. The other ones, looking at the Elimination Chamber now, we mentioned Jet and Modstep. Modstep has had a lot of shots, and he's kind of fallen. Does he have a Mania match yet, or is he like Battle Royal? I forget.
He does have a match.
He's Battle Royal.
Yes, he is in the Battle Royal. But he also has a match on the undercard that has not been announced. But I can announce it right now since we're talking about him.
Well, I was going to say, Battle Royal, this is not your only match if you're in that.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
Yeah. If you don't know, some people are new.
We just mentioned Bear Me. He's in that too. So
yeah, he is in it. There you go. This is a bonus match. It only counts for you if you win. So you will have other matches. People that don't see their name above or below, you will have another match, a separate match. But Modstep, we'll talk about Modstep real quick. He is on the undercard, unfortunately. And he is facing Rab in the first. There's no story, nothing like that. But this is the first ever meeting between the two in a singles match. So,
it's just to see, like, it's a proving match because he lost the world title shot to Jet.
Yep.
He beat Tom by a point at Fastlane, but then lost to Cade Gailey for the Road Warrior title at the Ring of Honor. So it's like I just can't win those title matches.
Modstep's very unfortunate with his title matches. He wins almost every single non-title match. It seems like he builds himself back up. He's been a upper card main eventer for a while now. He builds himself up, and then he unfortunately loses the title match. Very reminiscent of Banksy. What we've seen Banksy's path, by the way. Who knows where the fuck that guy went? But yeah, he's going against Rab. Like I said, nothing special about it. First time ever, though. I did book quite a few first time evers on the undercard here.
Just to make it a bit special, because you want to get that too.
Yeah.
For Mania. But Cade Gailey, Road Warrior title, we can go down that path. He did win the Chamber.
It
was with with Jace, Breaker, Bear Me, who people kind of the favorite, LJ, who could have come along, and Wookie.
Bear Me was a huge favorite.
But then he defended it against That Guy Jack, and then he defended against Modstep. So his Mania path is the most fun of all because it's the Road Warrior title. It's at every show.
Yep.
So he's got to face Kyoko. The winner of that then goes on to face LJ. So LJ gets another shot. And then the winner goes to WrestleMania to face the Warden. And I like the story of that basically being the Warden is worthy of a WrestleMania main card match and a title for that too. Yep. He just might not know his challenger until maybe the day before, maybe the day before the day before. Who knows? But he's got a shot.
Exactly. Yeah, Warden, I think it's no surprise if you've been on Discord. Warden has been asking for a Road Warrior title match for almost a year because this title is that old. He's been wanting to be that champion for a long time. But
he's been in the tag title situation.
Yep. As a tag champion, you will not be given singles title matches unless there's a weird scenario, kind of like we did with the Survivor Series, where you win an opportunity to select what match you want. That's the only time that's ever going to happen is when that's up in the air. Yeah, so this is his chance. He's wanted it for this long. He's finally getting the chance, and it's going to be at WrestleMania.
The grandest stage of them all, but it might be Cade Gailey, who's a definite threat. He's faced Kyoko in a tag match before. Kev and Kyoko went teamed in a weird situation before. And LJ, who came close and Jeremy faced him at the Chamber. So LJ, there's good story, but nothing's like, there's no really like animosity. It's just a lot of worthy opponents.
Yeah. So Warden is going to face, obviously, he knows his 3 opponents of who it's going to be. It's a matter of who. But I think if we're going to put, I'm going to wait for predictions. I'm going to wait for predictions. We're going to wait.
Yeah, we'll get there. Because I don't even know who it's going to be. I kind of hope it's Cade Gailey because I love his crazy run rate.
I know who I'm going to pick. We'll get there when we go over predictions, but I know who I'm picking to be in that. We
will mention the one sad thing here is whomever doesn't make it, the former champion and challengers are pre-show.
Yeah, kind of like the kind of like the tag team #1 contender match. If you do not get to this point, it's so hard to like when I'm booking these things, guys. I know if you're on the outside, like, wait a minute, if I was a champion, I should be on the main show. It's so hard to book these things. You unfortunately, there's going to be no way to predict who's going to win what. So that's the reality of being a real competition. That's the now. If I was booking, I could book it the way I wanted, and we could figure it all out.
Yeah.
But that's not how it works. So
let's go down some titles as well, because we got the Top Block title, which had its own crazy history.
Oh yeah,
where the whole reason that Jut is champion is because he and Bastion used the called shot at Immortality. I almost screwed up my own line to take the world title from Ash and the Top Block title from Banksy.
Yep.
Ending the year of Banksy and ending Ash's awesome run after the best of 5. So it's like, oh, those bad guys, like, oh. But then Bastion lost his title to Captain Charisma.
Yeah, and it's shocker.
But then he got it back at Fastlane.
From Captain Charisma, yep.
From Captain Charisma. So now there's I don't believe there is actually a oh no, sorry. Of course there is. What am I saying?
This is what I was saying.
There is definitely one.
Big, yeah.
The Top Block title is Bastion versus the Finn.
Yes.
Now let me just say, and I'll scroll down here first because we got to go look at Ring of Honor here. Bastion is facing Tino in that no rope barbed wire death match at Supercard.
Yeah.
He might be the Top Block champion. I presume that's a non-title match if it is.
Correct, non-title. Yeah. The only Road Warriors defended on house shows. Yep.
Now, there is crazy stuff involved. You have not announced the match. I almost start talking about it. You've not announced it yet, have you?
We can talk about it.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can.
I love the fact. So we've got 2 challengers for the Top Block title facing Bastion. If the Finn wins, he is defending against those challengers and Bastion.
Yep. Yeah. So now, either way, yeah, Bastion is in.
How does that work? Where like that's my concern here. Not a concern, but it's like, so Cade Gailey, if he loses, you're out.
Sure.
It's kind of how the Road Warrior title works.
Yeah.
Why does Bastion get to stay in and make it a fatal 4-way?
Because
he's become champion. It's not like he's not deserved. I hate Bastion, but it's not. It's personal. It's not.
Sure.
It's not his credentials. I will talk him up all day long. That's not what I'm saying. But it's like, what was the plan here for that?
The story that has been taking place has been between, if you've been reading the write-ups for the actual Top Block title scenario, it has all revolved around Bastion, Captain Charisma, and Spring Tigress. Those 3 are wrapped up in the story of revolving around that title. Finn has a chance to spoil that at TakeOver New York. He can basically butt his way in. The story has been between Bastion, Captain, and Spring Tigress. They have been basically built up for a WrestleMania triple threat match. I have been kind of building for that for a while now.
Now he's not going to spoil it. He's just going to join it.
Spoil. Yes, I guess.
Because he would spoil it if he kicked Bastion out of it. Yeah.
Yeah, he would spoil it by removing Bastion, taking his spot. So to give you that example, obviously, Cade Gailey is not in a story. He's just defending his title each show. Bastion is in a story against 2 other people. That's what's been going on there. That's why he's still in that match no matter what. Now Finn, he could win. He could be involved. If he loses, obviously he's out. So, I mean, that's pretty much my answer there as far as why is Bastion in no matter what. He's in the feud.
Works.
Yeah.
Again, he's also a 2-time champion, not for nothing.
The only 2-time Top Block champion, by the way.
Yep, and Tigress hasn't won it, but Captain Charisma, literally, we just said did, so Captain could be a 2-time champ. or Tigress gets it, or Finn's in there as well. And it's not like Finn doesn't deserve it, because he got a Road Warrior shot and then won it, and then it was, oh, wait, he doesn't do every show. Oops.
Yeah,
so
that was my fault, but
it's like, okay, fine. Here's a shot at a title that is what you do. So
yeah, and he
that is a fair shot. I fully agree.
And when he won from when he won from GMSG, the Road Warrior title, that is, he came to me and told me, I'm going to take a break, so I'm going to drop the title. Then we did the little story between GMSG and Tigress facing each other at that Ring of Honor show for the belt, and Finn handed the title over. Yeah, so.
And that is interesting, because if Finn wins, he'll go to WrestleMania and Tigress is there.
Yep, that is true.
In that match. So there's interesting history in that.
Let me tell you about Finn's recent matches, though, okay?
Yeah.
Since Supercard Showdown 2018, I don't know what month, whenever the fuck they went to Saudi Arabia, he has only lost one match since Supercard Showdown.
Sorry, Super Showdown was Australia.
You are correct.
You were thinking Crown Jewel.
Crown Jewel, Saudi Arabia, Australia, all of it's all the same. So, sorry.
It's not here.
Sorry, Lily Pilly. Sorry, Lily Pilly.
Yeah.
No, for real, though. Super Showdown in Australia was his, from that show on, he has only lost one match. And it was to Ash, a former world champion. Yes.
Yeah.
So that shows you how long it's been he's won or had a no contest in every match since that point. He has been on an absolute tear. People he's beat. He has beat Ash. Obviously, that was the end of that was their big best of 5. He's beat Voodoo Dreamer. He's beat the GMSG. He's beat JD. He's beat TB666. And he's been in a no contest with Fart Bucket. But anyways, he has been on fire for the most part. Timeout. He's only lost one match since SummerSlam. I'm sorry.
Yeah, and that was in the best of 5.
Yes.
Oh, he had
no contest against Ash. So he hasn't lost.
He didn't even lose that. He didn't win it. Oh my god.
So he's only lost one match since SummerSlam, guys. Since last August, Finn has only lost one match. That says a lot coming into this match against Bastion for his top block title, which he has yet to successfully defend. So
yeah, it's definitely a threat. It's a threat for anybody. Once he gets that title, he could have a lock on it.
There it is. I would almost say Finn could be the favorite coming to this match. He's not the champion, but based off of his recent matches, I would almost label him as the favorite.
Yeah, he's a threat to the division
against my boy Bastion.
That bastard.
There he is. But no, it's going to be an interesting match either way. Whether it's a triple threat, whether it's a 4-way. The story has not revolved around Finn, but he has a chance to butt in on a story that has been taking place and perhaps raise it higher than it already has been. So it's going to be interesting no matter what. That's what's going to happen, yeah.
I think that we can keep going down some titles because speaking of
yeah,
we have your championship, the Ultra Violent Championship, the 2-time champion. In the history here, you did defend against Accelerator 27, a former champion, in a hardcore match at the Chamber. You beat Royal Rumble winner Tino in a normal match, non-title, no fanciness, at Fastlane. And then you went and got beat by 3J Platinum at Ring of Honor.
I unknowingly answered his open challenge. What happened
which was pretty great in its own way. Which is that works storyline wise.
Yeah,
it's
which also has led into why Jut is facing him at the next show because at the takeover show that is because 3J started running his mouth about blah 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 bomber. I'm gonna do another open challenge, and now he's gonna get his mouth shut by the world champion. Stepping up for me because he's got my back. So that's why he's facing.
Like I said, you beat Tino.
Yeah,
in all that too.
And now, see, that's been Tino's path also. He fought me. I beat him. Now he's going to be facing, obviously, a triple threat, but then he's going to be facing Bastion in the No Ropes Barbed Wire. So he's got to run through me and Bastion before he gets to Jut at WrestleMania.
It is kind of funny that the way your team is. It's like you and your guys. But literally, he had to go through you first because one of your guys is the champ. It's a fun...
Call me crazy.
Let's be fair. You guys have all the titles right now except for the tag and road. Like you guys have titles, each of you bastards.
Yeah. Yes, we are on top of the company, guys. It is true. It is true. We're on top of the league, but
you won the war. It's kind of how it was supposed to go. Really feels like.
And
so that's fine.
And I legit always look at myself as I am the leader of the company, you know, the guy running the show, the company, but I always look at those two guys as either equals or above me. I always root for them in our matches over myself every single show. I know you guys don't get to see it, but it's always happening in our Discord because I'm just sounding crazy now, but bottom line, those guys, I root for them over myself. Bottom line, just putting that out there. I'm not that much of a dick, okay? That everybody writes me off as, okay?
It would make sense if you were booking it and like, and my guys always win. Oh, fuck. See, but no, they just happen to win.
It doesn't
work that way, so yeah.
They do always win, but it's because we predict the matches better. That's why.
Now you're beating.
See, now I'm sounding like the dick. Now I'm sounding like
the heel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at what your Road to WrestleMania has. You've got Cammy Cat on the New York kickoff.
Yeah.
Non-title. No shenanigans. But it's Cammy Cat. So you're going to get... That's dangerous for you.
Yeah, that's a kind of we were supposed to face each other at another show, but she ended up not showing up. So it's kind of a rebooking of a match previously that was supposed to take place. Because I don't have anything booked for me at the moment, storyline-wise. Me and Cam Popplestone have... Our story has run so long that we're ready for our match. We have been built up. We are ready to go. We've been going for literally a year now.
And, well, let's get to that, because you've got a hardcore match with 3J Platinum.
Yes. Revenge time. Revenge match. Yeah, that's what that is. He beat me in a singles match. Let's be honest. Nobody beats Bomber in a hardcore match. Let's be honest. Or death. Or
there's that dick again, but that's confidence because it's true.
Or wait till WrestleMania and you'll see or death match. Or
death match. Yeah. Which is you and Cam Popplestone, which is literally a story that's been going on for so goddamn long.
Yeah.
It's WrestleMania. It's awesome. When I saw that got announced, I was like, oh, fuck yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. I really like the Cam Popplestone character. He's went through a lot of ups and downs and stuff. And he would be... he would be main event status if he was consistent enough as far as, you know, showing up. And not after every loss. Unfortunately, hey, I'm taking a break. His breaks have really put a hamper on his movement up the ladder. But regardless, our story has kind of persisted through. Yes, we haven't
worked with it.
Yeah, we haven't focused on it every single show, but it has always came through throughout the months that something has happened eventually. And
there was a run there after a while where he wasn't competing, but he was still on the shows where he was like a commentator or a medical staff or something. So he was present in the storyline. Yep. So,
and he was let's just say a thorn in Bomber's side during that time.
I even said in one of my promos, like, I'm fighting you head on, but I can appreciate him fighting you from wherever he can.
Yeah.
Like, it was an interesting thing. And I know we talked about it before too. I'm like, dude, just try this. Do other stuff. Yeah. I'm not taking credit for what he did because he did some cool ass shit with it. But it was like, just don't all I said was don't stop. Just keep going with something else. Make something else work. Try to spin this. So
that was and the credit goes to him for messaging me for all that. He's like, each show I want to be doing something different. So that's that was like his stuff that he came and told me that he wanted to do. So
yeah, he said I got a plan, but it means I'm not wrestling for a while.
Yeah,
I remember that. So yeah,
and that's what happened. Like I said. If you come to me and you want to take a break, that's fine. If you want to continue stories, we can do that. It's as you can see with Cam Popplestone, it's possible. You just got
and it can work for the long term. Because I mean, like I said, Finn was injured, quote unquote. Redhead had to take time off. Redhead got injured.
Yep.
Cyborg and Adnex vanished, and Cyborg's not even back yet.
And Boss a long time ago.
Boss now too. Yeah. So
a long time ago. Yeah. So yeah. So basically, this whole story. Just to sum it up in like just 1 second, he was a thorn in Bomber's side. He came back, screwed the UVC over literally a year ago to the takeover date. Literally a year ago, screwed us over in the match against the Solution, the UVC. And from that point on, he has been Bomber's #1 nemesis I guess #2 besides Woody. Woody's been, let's be honest, Woody's been
one. I've been a thorn in your side, but I've been fighting others. I've never fought you.
Yeah,
except for Survivor Series. I'm there, but I'm like 3rd or 4th.
Yeah, you're the top 5. You're the top 5.
I'm in there. Yeah, I haven't made the run at you. That's all.
Yeah,
that's all.
So yeah, to the point where Bomber's like he's not gonna work in this company again, and then the GRPL. What is the wording that we wrote in there?
Oh, he's not going to work as a wrestler anymore.
Yeah, but the JRPL management team or the chairman,
board of directors,
yes, board of directors.
Yeah.
Basically got behind Cam Popplestone, and they kind of been pushing back against Bomber and are helping Cam get into back on the card, and that they did, and now we've got to the point finally where Bomber, Cam Popplestone, it's finally blown over. It's finally going to be the big climax to everything that they've had between each other. And it's going to be at Wrestlemania in a death match. So,
well, remember, he came back at Survivor Series, but it kind of ended quick with you guys.
He came back
that was
to
the case
face
of like
us,
just a numbers game. We were lacking GMSG out of the gate. Things were problematic, and yeah,
that night was not good for Global Solution. Like all around, there was just so many bad things happened that night.
It was not good.
Yeah,
it was not good.
But yeah, so either way,
I did take a few heads off, but you know, you said Cam Popplestone's a long story you've got going, and Woody's a long one. Eventually, we'll face off, and that'll be a long story coming.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, these are things that I planned out with. Obviously, yes, I am in control of the site and all this stuff. I'm in control of like stories and stuff. But you guys are like, you create the stories that you want. Like, I planned out a long feud with Woody. Me and him both did. And I planned out a long feud with Cam Popplestone. So if you guys want a long feud, kind of like Scott and Red have been doing, guys, say something. Get together with somebody. Say, hey, let's build something special. Work on it. And then come up with it, and we'll do it. So that's how these things happen. If you're always out there wondering, that's how it happens. You got to talk to people. Get it done.
And it's hard to not just be like, let's do it now. And then the thing happens. Like, no, look at it. Be like, all right, there's the schedule. It'd be cool if it happened here. Like, for me, the Canadian title thing last year was amazing with Slammiversary. I was like, dude, that's Toronto in July. I can just build toward that, and everything is leading to that no matter what happens. Cool. And that's just how that kind of worked. It didn't matter who it was against, and Woody booked himself versus me and you, but whatever. But the stuff with Red was planned since like around that time we started talking. Like, we had plans of like surprise teamings at Survivor Series. Then the war came in. I'm like, okay, that's not going to work. What else can we do? And we just figure it out and go from there. But we wanted to have that turn at Ring of Honor, like since TLC, before it even started. It's like, oh, I want to do it now. I want to do it now. So, like, just be patient, plan stuff out, look at the schedule, see what you can do, and you can go from there. So, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't, like, because I have seen people like, oh, what is this doing this high up? Why is this guy always getting a chance? Because I basically am just saying this stuff so people understand, come up with your own stuff, and things will happen. Because there's a lot of guys... What? No, what's up?
Like, unlike in the WWE where there's a glass ceiling, oh, it's your own idea. The writers don't like that. No, you are the writers. We like that. It's cool. It's cool shit. Let's go.
And of course, there are things that I will throw in there for you, but it's better if you come up with your own stuff. Because I am thinking about 100% of the time when I'm doing a write up. I have so many different stories happening that sometimes I will forget stuff. Like, literally, there's a match that should kind of already be announced. One of the ones I talked to you before we started recording, Scott, by the way, that should already be on the card, but I forgot to include it because I had in one of the write-ups, a little element, I forgot to include it because I have so many things that I'm writing. So stay on me, hound me. We want this, we want this, we want this.
Yeah, just because Bomber doesn't reply in the Discord chat when you send it to him, he probably still got it. There's no harm, because I've said, hey, here's the stuff, and then it's in there. You didn't tell me, got it.
Yes.
I know you got it. It's fine.
I 100% got it,
Yeah. So,
oh, Jesus.
What was it? You forgot to put in the stuff about how Woody got thrown off the cell? Instead, it looked like he jumped, and then he turned that into a storyline beat of its own. He's like, oh, that footage was doctored. I'm like, yeah, it happened.
And it ended up being Nathan 8K, which ended up including Nathan 8K into the Survivor Series story. So, like, even though I do mess some stuff up, you can capitalize like what he did. Instead of getting mad at me, because yes, I did fuck up. If I do that,
that'll happen too, though. It's reasonable, because if somebody's left out, I'm like, oh fuck, we needed that.
Overcome. Yes, I do sometimes screw up. I will say that
look at those write-ups. It's one guy doing it within like a day of the event, maybe 2 days.
Yeah,
sometimes 3. Like this,
I try to do it as soon as possible, so it's fresh.
Yeah.
I try to do it so it's fresh.
Yeah, and the one, I mean, goes into other stuff, but at least try to have it make sense from a wrestling context. Every single storyline I've been involved in would not seem out of place if you watched it on Raw or SmackDown. There's some stuff where it's like the solution train or eyes getting gouged, and I'm like, that's a little farther than I probably would go with it. That wouldn't be my story, but it works because there's a little more ECW, a little more hardcore, a little more CZW. That's not a knock. That's just, there's a little more open. We'll tell some Lucha Underground stuff. We're going to kill off some characters.
That's right.
Why not?
We have done, well, not almost anything, because there's still a million things we can do. There's some things that I have definitely been, if you're out there trying to come up with ideas, I will say this. I will be a little hesitant and push back a little bit on supernatural storylines. Okay? There have been some supernatural storylines that have been thrown out as far as like somebody's ghost comes up and I'm like, that's a little, I'm like, I'm willing to do like more realistic, like anything can happen as far as that goes. Yes, like Cross. Yeah, it's a demon. It's a character
coming out of nowhere. Like that's wrestling. That's okay.
Yeah, exactly. That's probably as far supernatural as we'll go if you want to look at that as a, you know, a breaking point there, because I don't want ghosts and zombies and fucking lasers blowing people up and then they come back the next show. Like that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Now, I will probably say here, if you can make it be a thing that works, where it's like, it's not real. Okay, like the whole thing, like I said, the solution train, where it ended up being like, no, that's not really her, and that's all a ruse, and it was all, but we planned it. Yeah, okay, fine. Like it's not really a rape scene. Good. For fucking Christ.
Yeah, please. Yeah, that was
right.
That was like, definitely a moment.
Yeah. And it's funny because like when we first, I said, here's the storyline. You're like, why would your character do that? Like it didn't make any sense why my character was doing the stuff with Red. Like, don't worry, here's the plan. Oh, long term, got it. So
exactly,
it might not. You might not get it over at first. Is what I'm trying to say, but you never know.
Explain it. Yeah, if don't come to me with this crazy idea. It's almost, you know, it's
and don't expect you to write it. Here's the plan. What do you want to do with it? I don't know. Well, no.
Because my guess, if that would happen, because my luck, they would want this thing. Somebody would say, hey, come up with this crazy, I want this crazy thing to happen. I write it, and then I would get, well, that's not how I wanted it. I'm like, okay, well, exactly, you know, so there's, I'm looking through, I'm skimming through the chamber. There's not much else to talk about as far as the champions. We'll get to the Mania here. Yeah.
There's wins, there's losses. I don't want to gloss over it, but we got to move on.
Yeah.
So, at Fastlane, again, not much there. We had Finn winning a 4-way with Warden, Cross, and Cammy Cat. That's kind of a big... These are some names.
That was
he won that.
Yeah, that was the unofficial #1 contender match for Bastion's title. If Warden would have won, because I know he's been won titles, he would have been in this spot against Bastion, 100%. Anybody who won that match, that was an unofficial #1 contender match against the top block champion.
I like how you have those, because it depends. Like, if he wins this, he'll get a title shot. What about the other guy? No, he's got to win that one, then a few more. Like, that's a common UFC situation.
Yeah,
where it's
like if Cammy Cat,
he's got the title.
Like, if Cammy Cat would have won, she probably would have got a, like, Road Warrior title shot. Like, basically.
Yeah.
Like she's not quite up there. I would have had to find something else, but, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Ash beat Redhead by 2 points. Bear Me beat the Rider by 5.
Dude,
Kate Gailey retained over that guy Jack, and then you got like, sorry.
Oh, I was gonna say let's talk about the Rider. I heard the Rider's name.
I heard
all these.
Rider,
I heard all these other jobbers you were talking about. Let's talk about
I'm just skimming through. There's Age of Annihilation against Luke Gray and Brandon 23. Cam and Tommy Oliver 40-38. 3J and Breaker 37-36. The close matches, Team No Chance and Carlito and Hippo, 77-72. My point with this, even Woody and Penis My Bitch, 42-38. There's like a 5-point spread for a lot of Fastlane. It was very close for a lot of it.
Oh, that was.
I'll ignore my 82-59 for the.
That was a clusterfuck card, though. That was a clusterfuck card where like multiple matches got thrown out.
Yeah,
that ended up. That's why we had to post a whole separate rule. I had to make a announcement about that show because of that.
Like
that was,
real matches got thrown out.
Yeah, like WWE matches got thrown out. Yeah, that was a really tough card to make rulings on, and had to put my foot down as far as hard line on the rules from that show.
And
so
we get that a lot. Like, oh, this will count right as well. No, it never does. Like, if they have a match and it gets restarted, it's a separate match. No, you said the word restarted. They're continuing. It keeps going. Like, you don't get to have both results. Or, oh, they threw out this match. Now it's a tag match. That counts, right? No, that's a separate match. It doesn't count. It never changes. That's always that rule. And it's on the site. It's there.
Yeah,
but when this one literally had, what, like 3 matches thrown out? And then Ring of Honor had that too? Fuck.
We've had a really weird last couple months as far as shows go. There's been a lot of hard, tough decisions to make and stuff. And that's the whole thing with the whole ruling that I made, just to clarify for those who haven't read the thing and who are wondering about that. Really,
it wasn't anything new, to be clear, because we had that with the Evolution match. We had that with Ripley and Storm.
Yes, there was
Ripley and Dawn, the UK title match, because they hadn't aired the taping yet and they didn't put that match on TV. Yep. So that match was predictable, but then came out, so it literally knocked down everything by a point.
Yeah, and that's
because they never actually announced it.
And that's because we found that out before the show. If that would have happened, if we would have found that out during the show, it would not have adjusted points.
You just lose the match points.
Yeah, you just lose the match points. If a match gets thrown out during the show, yeah.
So literally, if you put up the prediction page right now and people start predicting it, and then they go, you know what? No, Kofi versus Bryan, it's triple threat. Well, shit.
And then
we can take it out. That's fine. It's knock it down. It's something different now. But there's no replacement match. It's just gone. But if we get to the card and we see on the pre-show and the locked-in points are there, and suddenly Kofi's in a tag match and it's a triple threat for the title, sorry, those points are gone. Yep. It's just not there anymore.
And that is now an official hard locked rule in place. Yep. So.
Which it was kind of always the plan, but now it happened. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Now you wanted to talk about the writer.
Let's talk about the writer. The writer,
who is honestly better promos than me. It's the best promos going. Writer's amazing. Bearmy had to face him, was terrified, and loved it.
Writer's making a pretty big run at that jobby for next year.
Yeah.
Just going to say that. So you guys better step it up.
Hey, the stuff with Red and I have stepped that up. I want to two-time this.
Oh, I'm not saying you haven't.
No jobby winner has ever won the jobby back-to-back, have they? Unless maybe upset or something.
The Solution won. Well, not single person.
No, I mean a member. Yeah, a person.
Yeah, the Solution won Tag Team of the Year back-to-back, and they also won Stable of the Year. So
okay, then fine. I want to screw that. But no, like I started doing some video editing stuff with mine with my promo for Red, where I kind of sepia toned it. So, or not sepia, but like Sin City, where the red stood out because I did blood.
Oh, nice.
And stuff like I stepping it up with some actual editing stuff to get in there because fucking Ryder's awesome.
Yeah,
and he's targeting me. It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's really stepping everybody's game up because a lot of people, the Ryder has came in out of nowhere and has made a huge impact. There's been a couple other people like Jace Villain 13 has made a huge impact. Jace debuted
Dark
out of
Rider
nowhere.
Doesn't do the promos as much, but Jace has. And Luke Gray's done a lot as well. And talk to Tommy Oliver. Like he said, he won Newcomer of the Year.
Yeah, he was.
And he was a close call for Trash Talker.
That's true.
He's kept it going. He's good. So.
Yep. And so the writer. Let's go back to the writer. What has he done previously? Let's load up his profile here. Let's. I haven't created him a fucking profile yet. Fuck. Okay.
I thought you had.
No, I've been behind on some of the profiles.
Okay.
All right. So, Ryder. Royal Rumble. What'd he do? Hit us up. Hit up that Royal Rumble page. Did you already close it?
Oh, God, I did. Hold on.
I got it.
I got it. No, I got it. We're working together. Okay. We're a team. We're a finely oiled machine doing a professional podcast. It's great.
Live TV, folks.
Royal Rumble. Where's the writer? He was not in the Rumble.
No.
Oh, he faced Peanut.
Peanut. That was a big win right there, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, he started saying "Oh, you're a funny boy, make me laugh."
Yeah.
He's not guilty. Not this time, anyway.
He treated Peanut as a joke. Let's be honest, though. I mean,
yeah. Well, it's Peanut,
Yeah. So basically, bottom line, the Dark Rider has been. Sorry, the Midnight Rider has been this. I get them confused.
I call him Masked Rider, but I get that messed up too. He actually faced Tino.
He faced Tino. Yes, he lost to Tino. Did he not?
I'm looking.
I think he lost to Tino.
He did by a point.
Ooh. Yeah. The Dark Rider. Goddamn. The Midnight Rider. Sorry.
There is a Dark Rider. He's different.
Yes, I know. Yeah. The Midnight Rider has been this, dark character who's come in and tried to judge his opponents based off of God knows what, whether they're guilty or they're innocent. We have seen only very few people guilty. Lily Pilly was the first victim who was guilty.
Yeah,
and she got hung. And who was the second? Was it all the way up to Matt Zion?
Well, he wasn't even an opponent. He just came out and got him.
That's right. But I mean, like, was anybody else found guilty?
I don't think so.
I think there was.
Because if he loses, he wants to hang himself, and the ref's like, no.
He has to get stopped from hanging himself if he loses the match. Yeah. He's going to come hang both of us for not knowing who else the second person was. But,
God, he is. It's not good.
I will say that, bottom line, let's catch up to where we are now. Fuck it. He has targeted Matt Zion for some reason. Don't know why. Came out, hanged him after the match that you guys lost your titles.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a bad night. That was a bad night.
Yeah, I know, because Red was all hurt.
Yeah.
I got knocked out of the ring by the Rider, who then hanged Matt. I kept saying hung, but I guess it's hanged, isn't it? Yeah, I've been saying the wrong word all this time.
Hanged, yeah.
Well, there we go. He hanged him. And I was able to stop that, but I'm literally there with like, okay, so Red's down bleeding, and Matt's been hanged. What the hell? And that's how the show ended. That's how you ended. It was Fastlane.
Yep.
Like with that, like the Drifters, the tag champs. Yeah. Look how shitty Scott's night was. Oh.
Yeah, basically, you guys had this write up for me for Fastlane. It was this giant write up where it was all kinds of craziness going on. And,
that's Ring of Honor.
Well, that one too. That was another big one. So all this stuff went down at Fastlane. You guys lost your titles.
Because with Red getting involved, because the storyline has to go twist and turn. So yes.
Yeah, Red got involved, and then I got a message from the Midnight Rider and said,
"Oh God,
no matter what, at the end of the main event, I'm gonna come out and hang Matt Zion." I was like, "Oh, okay, that is interesting." Like, it was like completely out of left field. It's like, okay, so I obviously wasn't gonna tell you. I wanted to be a surprise. So
yeah.
So
from me, with so much planned for entrances and match stuff and post-match stuff, and I'm reading, and then that happens. I'm like, what in the fuck?
Yep. Poor Matt Zion lost his tag team title, then gets hanged by the Midnight Rider, and that is basically what has led up to this WrestleMania match, which is going to be a ladder match.
With the noose hanging above the ring.
With the noose hanging above the ring. So obviously what you do.
So fucking dark, and I love it.
And again, this is stuff that I was looking at match stipulations. I'm like, which one would make sense? Because this has a good gimmick. This is a match that I feel needs a gimmick because it should be fun. And I was looking over him, and I was like, dude, hanging above the ring. What else makes sense? A goddamn ladder match. So that's how it's simple. It just popped in the head. There it is. So above the ring, there will be a noose. Somebody is going to have to retrieve it and hang their opponent. That's how the match will end. Somebody will be hanged in the middle of that ring at WrestleMania.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It is going to either be Matt Zion or the Midnight Rider. Somebody will be left hanging at the end of that match. I promise you that.
Maybe he'll finally get what he wants and he gets hung.
Maybe. I don't know. So that's going to be a lot of fun.
Much. I've got the stuff with Red. We're pretty much up to WrestleMania, but I've got the stuff with Red.
Yeah.
I want to avenge Matt, but he's got this. I said my promo. He's a big boy. He can take care of that.
Yeah.
But I've also got the Rider coming after me. But take Rebellion's right there. Canadian title, Vitamin. I want it. It's the next. It's right there. So yeah, it's fucking Rider.
Yep. The Midnight
Rider. But it's awesome.
Rider.
I love the Rider. He's so great. But it's like, no, I don't want to die.
Yeah, everybody, it's kind of when you get paired up against Matt. Sorry, I was going to say the Midnight Rider. Something bad is going to happen in your match. Either you're going to hang him, or he's going to hang himself, or you're going to get hanged. Probably.
Such a cool gimmick. It's like, oh, I'm facing him.
It's fantastic.
That's a cool thing. So yeah.
I don't know if I'm going to do it, but there might just be a gimmick of the year this next year for Jobbies. So, I kind of wanted to do it, but I'm like, maybe the trash talk is, trash talk can count as that, but
yeah, because I mean the gimmick, it's
a little
bit
different.
hard because as far as the gimmicks we have, not to get too tangented, but you've got things like, from how we just talked about gimmicks with Best in the Business, now available on Jabba Radio.
Hey.
Gimmicks would be things like the Rider or like Cross or Tommy Oliver. Like, that's a gimmick. What I'm doing is just like, no, I'm just angry to level 10.
Sure.
It's not really a gimmick so much. You can call it that when I was doing like my anti-hero type stuff, but now I'm just a face hero. So that's not much of a gimmick. It'd be a bit tough, but it could be really good. It could be fun.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see as we get there. We still got a long way to go, but always fun to talk about jobbies every once in a while.
I mean, we'll get there. Like, Red's got a goddamn gimmick with the blood stuff, and that guy Jack and Kev have kind of a gimmick with their cross-show thing. So there are some ideas in there for sure.
And Red also has a gimmick, winning match of the night all the time.
God, gotta bring that up. Yeah.
So
right,
speaking of Red, I mean, we might as well talk about this match here.
Well, I was about to say, like, there's not much else to say about Fastlane, honestly.
Yeah.
And then when I look over, we come over to Ring of Honor, and there is the match of the night team with us against the Enigmas, Ash and Jonathan C.T. Martin, against Red and myself.
You guys finally got to team up.
And it's finally. This was planned forever. Like I said, literally for so long. And it was like, all right, if we even had contingencies. If we win the tournament, we'll figure something out. Because it was always the plan to have the match like we're having.
I had it already planned out. Do you want me to tell you?
Yes, actually, I don't know this part. Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody knows this.
Because the plan was always Scott versus Red. That was always the plan. But then we won tag titles, and oh shit, what are we gonna do? We got 3 shows left.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
There were multiple stories being developed during this time. It was obviously you guys.
And I learned about the other side with Ash later. I was like, what the fuck is that over there now?
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. There's a whole nother gang war going on over there. But there was 2 different like stories going on at the same time, and they kind of intertangled with each other. And
it was very cool.
It's Jonathan C.T. Martin, who was kind of like, he was the guy talking to me the most throughout that other angle, and he came up to me and said, hey, what happens if, obviously he was in the know with your guys' angle, I assume.
Yes. He was aware because he was involved in the turn, so yeah.
Yeah, he came to me and was like, so what happens if Scott and Zion win the tournament? What happened, like, what are we going to do? And I said, I have a plan. First, there's an A and a B. A, you guys were going to if you guys did win, you would go to TakeOver and defend your tag team titles at TakeOver, New York.
I figured that. Yes. I figured that was probably going to be it.
And if you won again, obviously we were trying to get the titles off of you. Now, if you won again,
but not unfairly, but
of course
they're not supposed to be here. We're not supposed to be champions.
Of course, it was a fork in the road that we had to decide. What are we gonna go? Which way are we gonna go? So you guys would have defended at New York. If you guys defended the title successfully at TakeOver New York, you guys would not defend your titles at WrestleMania. That was my next plan. The titles would not be on the line at WrestleMania. That was going to be. That was. It does, but there would not be a tag team title match at WrestleMania. That was my plan. Because you guys were planning too much into your Hell in a Cell. That was going to be the. That was going to be the match.
We literally were at a point where, like, if we win, do we just hold off and keep this running? Like, we might have to just keep it going. And, like, how long does the ruse go?
Yeah, but
we like, oh shit. We were like, maybe we have to push this back. I'm like, I don't want to, though. It's perfect here.
Yeah, it's always best to do it at WrestleMania. So that was the plan. I was going to make sure you guys got your match at WrestleMania. The tag team titles would have been put on hold because there wouldn't have been you guys had a big story that you had planned. The tag team titles.
We didn't have challengers.
Yeah, there's no number one contenders, and there's no story going between the tag team titles. So you would have basically just put those on the back burner.
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't, because honestly, like, having to have tag title matches while leading toward the fight with Red would not have worked, because, like, once the thing with Red happens, oh fuck, like, it's as if I'm going to defend tag titles. Like, that's kind of the mentality that would be with the story where we're going with it, so it would have been weird. I would have worked it out. But
it would have been as simple as if you guys lost, you guys could have cost you the titles, I guess.
Yeah, but that was always kind of the plan. Like, not directly to keep the ruse going, but yeah, that was kind of the idea.
Yeah, but that would have been my backup plan. I did have a backup plan for you guys, A and a B there. So, bottom line, if you guys would have still been champions at WrestleMania, you would not have put your titles on the line. I know, that probably would have made a lot of people mad, but stories were too important at that point. At WrestleMania, stories are important.
Now, again, I would have had no problem with double duty either.
Okay, I understand.
I would have been okay with that if that was a thing. I would have been okay with that.
Yeah,
I've said that before, but yeah, that would have been okay. But the tag titles would have been the secondary to
exactly.
that. But I would have been okay with that. Which again, though, the tag title match. Why? Because we need one.
Exactly. It would have definitely been.
It's not as good.
Yeah.
It's not as good. Now it could have worked with the storyline where we were maybe going against the Enigmas, and that's the story with Red on our side, and the ruse keeps going, and maybe the turn happens there or something. I don't know. There's ways to get through it, but yeah.
I have a question for you with your Red story. Is there anything, maybe some other plans besides the tag team, derailing you guys a little bit? Is there anything behind the scenes that went on between you guys that you planned that either didn't happen or like came perfectly? Like any behind the scenes details on your story?
Oh. Well, it originally was going to be a thing with the Survivor Series because this goes way back where it was going to be what side are the outsiders on?
Mm-hmm.
Why are they teaming with the Enigmas? What's happening? But then we turn on the Enigmas afterwards and we start brawling, and that's our feud. That's where it all started. Oh, and then SummerSlam happened. Lee died. And things changed.
That changed.
But then it was around Survivor Series when the thing was going back and forth with Tigress and the Triple Threat. It was like, what if we do it where it's like it's a couple, but it's all a ruse? We turn on each other at the end of it. Like, oh, that's good. So that was around like Australia. Was the timing for that. And then we're like, well, when do we do it? Well, the Rumble moment sounds cool. So we tried to build it so things would slowly lead with the Survivor Series bit, and then TLC with throwing in the towel, and then Takeover in Blackpool with little bits where Red's ringside, slowly building up to the actual moment where she saved me, kind of, at the submission match with Bearme. And then the Rumble really confirmed it. Where she came out with us, with Matt and I, and then we had the Rumble itself with the save. And then it was like, well, shit, we won the titles. Fuck, now what? Okay, Red just keeps coming out with Scott and Matt, and then also uses my music and starts using the Lee's Lariat and things, and just kind of goes full tilt. So we weren't planning that originally, but we had to keep going with it. And the storyline actually went to be like, no, I'm a winner too. I want this and this, and yeah. It just kind of went down that path way more than we wanted because it was even better, because look how good things are for me. I'm winning tag titles. I got the girl. It's all great. It's all good. So we knew that turn was coming. Well, how good can it get before it happened? Was kind of where it became a fun thing. So
I will say,
and then Ring of Honor happened, and oh fuck.
I will say definitely kudos to you guys for the most ambitious, I guess, not tag team, but feud that has been built so far with a romance angle. Nobody has touched upon that yet. So
nope. We wanted to be the first. Specifically, we're like, we can do this. Let's be the first. It's the first couple. It's that kind of thing. So yeah.
Yeah, we're all adults here. Well, not all. Let's be honest. We're not all adults. Luke Gray.
And even though we're all adults, we're not all mature.
Yeah.
But
so
it's whatever. Like it's characters and storylines. Yeah. Like it's
all
and I've done now and I can peel back a bit of curtain. I've gone to film school. I've done stuff. I've got my own video reviews with a running storyline where I play most of the parts. And it's goofy stuff, and you do whatever, but it's for the story. It's not real. It's the story stuff. So we were able to do that here. It's like, well, what if we just go full tilt with this? Yeah. What would that be? It would be this. So we went there with the couple stuff, and it worked out well. Where it's like, yeah, this story worked to the extent I'll pull back this part of the curtain that we were having people go, "Hey, you want to face us at this match?" And it's like other teams. We're like, no, we got plans. What are they? Oh, don't worry, we got plans.
There you
go. Not
go.
revealing the turn. So yeah, so it was like, oh, people wanted to face Scott and Red match of the night because we were talking about that name forever and ever and ever.
Well, I'm just glad you guys got your one match at least together.
Oh, that was the worst if we didn't get that, because that was part of like the whole joke was we were match for the night, and that was supposed to happen like before the tournament because I wasn't in the tournament. It was supposed to be just some tag matches to happen, and win or lose, it leads to this.
So it was kind of Jut and Bastion's fault that took you guys off the rails.
Yeah, but made it better.
Yeah, I mean, I think it did help out quite a bit, but
I think it's better because look how quickly I've fallen. I literally won at Blackpool because I lost to Bearme at Homecoming. I beat Nathan AK at Blackpool. Or was it Buckhead 5? I forget. Oh god, no, it was Nathan because he made bad choices.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, no, I beat him at Philly. I beat
he's the only person that picked Cassius Ono over Matt Riddle. That's what it was. Yeah.
So I won there, and I won there, and then I won here, and here, and here, and here. Great showing in the Rumble. Look how great this is. I'm winning the tag titles. I'm defending them. It's all great. And then we lost here.
And you know what? I would dare to say that you would not have been main eventing that many shows if it wasn't for...
No.
Because you main evented several shows there.
Let's pull this curtain back, too. When there was a run there around Homecoming, like after this match, it's like, you're probably going to be on pre-show for a bit because there's nothing really going. I'm like, yeah, that sucks, but that's fair. I've won like 3 times out of the last 8. And that happened before Survivor Series, too, where it was like, it was bad news. So it's fair, but hey, thanks to that bastard and Judge.
That's it. That is
You never know. So
they created the fucking dream team and didn't even know it.
Well, they were literally saying, we want to face the award winners. We can't wait because we literally put you together and look what happened. So we earn our shot. And I'm like, there's so much cool story here if this keeps going. Like, I don't know which way to go with it.
Yeah. And Jut Bastion, obviously they're thriving as singles, but those guys
they've never had the tag gold.
They want the tag team title. You guys don't understand. They want the tag team title so bad. But who knows? They are doing their own thing. Who knows if it'll ever even happen?
Yep. They're in a reverse solution situation where they want the tag gold, but they're literally singles champions.
I know. How crazy is that, right? How crazy is that? But speaking of like your guys' story, I think it was there was a lot of confusion on my part with how intertangled it was with the Blissful Enigmas and now the new Legends of New School, the JRPL's newest stable.
Yep. There's an article on the site, by the way. Go check that one out. It's an interview with the team. Woody wanted to make sure that was mentioned. It's like a... Yeah, it's hard to describe. It's go read though to see what's going on with these guys.
They all wanted to get each one of them got their own word in. It's Ash. It's Ash, Hawk, Jace, Villain 13, and the Dark Rider. Not the Midnight Rider, but the Dark Rider.
We got that clarified exactly.
Yep. They are the Legends of New School, and there was this whole story. I'm just gonna I don't know if vent is the right word, but I will say I got frustrated several times at the confusion of stories between your guys' story and their story. So many times, I got something from you that said, I'm facing this person here, this person here, this person here. This is what's going to happen. And then I got a message from Ash. I'm facing this person. This is going to happen. I want this to happen, this to happen. Different from you. And then Jonathan C.T. Martin. I want this person and this person and this person. This is going to happen. All 3 different. And I'm like, guys, you have got to get on the same page. I don't know what you guys want me to do. It was very difficult on my end.
There was a 4-way chat with Ash, Redhead, CT, and I.
Yeah.
And it was like, we're working. This is what the plan is. Cool. I would take my part to you.
Yeah.
I would come back later and see, we're going to do this instead. I'm like, what do you mean we're doing this instead?
Yeah.
Not to put it on them, but it was like, wait a minute. We agree. Oh, God. Okay. Well, let's work on it now. Like, okay, I'll tell Bomber. I already did. What? Oh, shit. So yeah, you just get that many people talking, and it's going to happen.
Yeah, I will say in the end, everything looks good on paper. Everything looks good.
Oh yeah,
everything is forming perfectly, and everything's going to pay off well at WrestleMania, I assume.
So how this all went is because Ash kind of got recruited in because he was just kind of wanting a faction. Is kind of how it went. Like he was leaning towards the Enigmas.
Yep.
I was never involved with the Enigmas and never even really sided with them. There were some Mania moments here and there, but. Rumble moments, but it was always I'm with Red. That was always the key part of it.
Yeah.
I'm siding with her, and like I'm not an Enigma. Nope. I'm the loner situation here, and she's literally not even with them anymore because she's hanging out with me and did a face turn, and this is it. She's with the award winners. It's all good, and the Enigmas are like, well, fuck you then, and that led to the match of the night with Ash replacing her, and there we go. And then the match came out at the end where Red and I lost because we just had bad choices. And then the turn happened because there was the special announcement with the proposal, which was admittedly a bit of a late decision that we had. Like, what if we just go fucking all out and go crazy? Because my brain was like, well, what's a wrestling wedding? We got to have that, right?
Gotta have a wrestling wedding.
Or at least tease toward it and then not actually do it. But that was the idea. Like, well, what if we do that? That's the WrestleMania match of the night. And literally had the proposal bit, and then it went all downhill from there. And it got so brutal because I was getting just bloodied like crazy, which again fits with Red's story, because that was her whole thing about getting the blood and licking it and painting it over people and then getting off on it and whatever. It was weird. It was fucking weird. I still will admit that. It's weird, but I like it. It's weird though. Doing that, and Ash is like, you know what? No, this is too far. And he stopped it. Which meant they attacked him, because like, well, what the fuck are you doing? You can't stop that. And that's when his guys came out and be like, we'll save you. And it was just a fucking war while I'm laying there on the floor bleeding out.
It was a little chaotic. I will say it was very chaotic, but the way the battle lines were drawn, I will say this.
It worked on a smaller show with so many matches thrown out. We literally had very few matches on our card. So it kind of worked. I'm like, I hope he doesn't mind this is real long, because we got to fill in some shit, and it's a house show, so here we go.
Yeah. As long as it makes sense and stuff, I'm not worried about how long it is. That's fine.
Oh, cool.
But the thing is, I will say, admittedly, this is me, being honest here. The initial thing I got from Ash was my favorite way I thought this was going to plan out. It did not pan out the way he originally sent it to me. I don't know. I don't
even know what this is. But,
yeah, I do not know anywhere along the storyline where you guys came up with this plan. Maybe it was just him on his own. I honestly don't know, because I was not in the talks of the story. But he sent me a very long description of what's going to happen. He started it from right after the Royal Rumble and laid out everything, every show going up to WrestleMania. And what's going to happen?
We did something similar. Red and I did something similar. Like, we figured this is the timing it'll work, and the tag titles came up, so we had to rejigger it. But yeah, we were similar on that, so that's interesting.
So in Ash's, I'm not going to read everything he sent me. Just to summarize what he wanted, he was never actually going to side with the Enigmas. You know how he actually, the way it did happen, he joined them, he teamed with them. He
was almost like their leader.
He kind of took Red's spot. That's how it went down. Yeah. What I got from him was it came to the moment where he was going to be a member, but at the last minute, everything switched, and he said he was looking for a family, and was leading towards everything with the Blissful Enigmas being his family, but in reality, it was this other crew who was, of course, Hawk, Jace, and the Dark Rider, who was his real family. So there was this stuff where he was going to take the t-shirt that they have been constantly teasing over and over, where it had the Enigmas on it, and then he was going to tear it apart, and then he was going to have his boys come out, and I'm skimming through it a lot. He had a lot of more detail in there, but I really like the thought of him not completely joining in and his guys coming out. To me, that was a little bit better of a story, because with him joining, that kind of left me like, okay, well, then why did he really join if he was just going to do this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and especially like it seems like he was on board until they went too far. Yeah, but he wasn't planning to stay anyway. So I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Either way, it worked out, and obviously things changed. This was back at the Royal Rumble, I believe. I was sent this, so this was early on in the game. Things changed a lot since then. When
they told me, like, okay, so here's our plan. It'll be against the Enigmas. I'm like, that's cool, but Ash will be in there. I'm like, okay, that's cool. Like, I'm up for a match with Ash. That's neat. I've never had that. We had Money in the Bank, I think, or something, and that was it. I'm like, cool, former world champion. That's a neat match to be in. I like that. Yeah, here's what's happening with him. Well, with the beatdowns happening, that's too much for him, right? Is he going to stop it or attack you guys? Like, oh yeah, sweet. Yeah. That makes all the sense in the world. And then it leads to his stuff. Cool. I don't need to know that part. Awesome.
Yes. So. Everything, I think, did work out very well, and I think it did come off very good as far as the stories went. It was just, oh my God, it was a nightmare for me to comprehend the different. It was constantly like I got one, like in the same day, I got like complete different contradictions of stuff. I was like, oh my God.
It was funny too, because even leading up, like my road to WrestleMania was going to be Junction and CT Martin at Supercard and NXT. It was a certain order. We determined it like 9 times over. Cool.
Yep.
And then it was like, no, it's the reverse now. I'm like, why? Who cares? Whatever. I'm facing one of these two at one of these shows and the other one at the other one. It's fine. Like, it was like, who cares? So that was the plan there. But with the fact that it changed, it's like, oh, Bomber's got to book it though. What the fuck?
Yeah.
we got to have it. I don't care what it is. You guys worry about it. I'm focusing on WrestleMania at this point. I just got matches in the way that are going to be violent brawls. That's all I'm going to say from my part of those write-ups.
This is what I got. Ready? I got this from you. NXT, Scott vs. Junction. Supercard, Scott vs. CT. Mania, Scott vs. Red. That's what I got from you, right?
Yeah.
And then right after that, NXT. No, I copied that. Hold on. I got Scott versus CT Martin at NXT. Scott versus Junction at Ring of Honor. Also, Ring of Honor, me and Red versus AOA, Hawk versus Ad. I'm like, and then Breaker versus Ad. I'm like, what is happening? I was like, what? I was like, I was just told. This was in the same day. I'm like, what is going on? I was like, you guys.
And that's when I came back and I said, okay, here's the plan. And you were like, isn't this, what's it different? I'm like, what? Oh, God.
Yeah.
It's moving parts. It's moving parts.
Yeah, it is. And that's what happens when you got a lot of people involved, which, as you see, imagine doing this with the goddamn 15-on-15 that I had to fucking do that I'm never doing again, because that was the hardest. The war was, it was a lot of fun. I think it came off good in the end, but oh my God, it was so difficult. But yeah, just with, when you get multiple people involved like this, things can get jumbled. And like I said, at the end, I think it all is going to come together good. It's going to be a good WrestleMania for everybody involved. Good stories all around.
Let's dive down that, because I'll mention, like I said, there was the Enigmas article, or sorry, the New School article. There is also the Love is Hell in a Cell article. We'll talk about that when we get to the actual card here in a second. That one, admittedly, I wrote that.
Yes, of course.
But I did talk to Red. I'm like, what? We got to make sure this isn't just, oh, woe is Scott. We got to go both sides on this. And I always try to write that. Even the stuff where Matt and I lost and Redheads attacked. It was a case of like, don't take this away from the Drifters. They won the titles. Same as when I attacked Bear Me back at TLC. It's like, don't take away from the Enigmas. They won the titles. That's the focus. But also, this happened. So that what this article was more like, this has got to be a 50-50. Look how dastardly Red's been this whole time.
And you know what? That's another thing. You mentioned that you wrote this article. People that want articles on the website. Now, this isn't going to be, if you have some random promo you want, it's not going to necessarily make the
That's what the Discord chat's for.
Yeah,
Promos go over there. You're good. But I'll say this. I did propose this article back around the Rumble when the storyline started.
Yes.
I did propose it there, so I retooled it to this after the fact. It was more then, it was like, what does this mean? Now it's, oh, look at this shit. This is more what the article turned into. So.
Yeah, bigger moments will make the website. And yes, guys, if you want to make articles on the website, they can happen. Same, the introducing the Legend of New School, that was completely made up by those guys. They put it together. They sent it to me. They wanted, I made the graphic, threw it in there. That's all I did. I made the graphic and put it up there. That's what they wanted. Now, big moments like that, forming things, recapping stories, those kind of things, you guys can get those articles on the website. Come to me. We'll talk it out. Just like I said, a random promo, not gonna make it. But moments and stories, recaps, that kind of stuff will make articles on the website. So if you guys do want that, hit me up. Just like Scott did, just like those guys did.
Yeah, it was fun, and you have the saddest picture of Brett for that. It's so good, and the bitchiest one of Redhead. Oh my God.
Oh, of course, yeah. I literally typed in Bret Hart sad into Google. I was like, please. And there's a couple. There's a couple, by the way.
Oh, some good ones.
Not surprisingly, there's a couple.
There's a lot of like cocky ones or angry ones, but not just sad. So.
Yep. So that was fun. I really,
or at least from the right era too. Yeah.
Yeah, and also like I really do enjoy making those little graphics. Like if you look at the Legends of New School, they always, for some reason, they're always in like a dark alley somewhere. So I literally find a background of like a dark. I literally type in dark alley and try to find one to put as their background because it was.
Well, and I'll toot my own horn here because you did the cool graphics with the cell and stuff and all the blood and the red.
Oh yeah.
The graphics on the Redhead with the Hell in a Cell. Yeah, I did those. With red covered in blood. I threw Tigress in there from the Triple Threat and put the Maple Leaf. Yeah, I just have fun doing that. I did stuff like that for All In with Boss and I. So if it's a cool one, I'll do some stuff for that. So it's just some more fun to have. So
Yeah. So do you want to do some predictions? Is that what we're going to get at?
Well, I think we can start skimming through the upcoming that we didn't really touch on. There is Ash versus Redhead in a death match at TakeOver. That is the big part of their story.
Yes.
It's not the be-all, end-all, but that's a huge piece right there,
yes, it
obviously.
Is. Yes, it is.
I don't even want to do predictions for this. I think Mania predictions is the way to go.
Yeah, just Mania. Yeah.
Yeah. But CT and we have a match at TakeOver as well.
That's what it ended up being, by the way. I did. Yes. If you looked, I don't know if you looked at by the time
That's different from what I sent you originally.
That was
I'm okay with either. It was fine. I thought Junction didn't do the other ones, but it's like, whatever, who cares?
Yeah.
So he's like, he'll do this one. Oh, fine, then whatever. I literally have this because this will be the first time my character has been seen since that beatdown, which was all of the knees to the groin and everything. No matter how the match goes, it's going to be a violent start.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'll get you that shortly. We got a submission match with John and Bear Me.
Dude, okay. This is really exciting. First of all, it may not happen. That's unfortunate.
John may not show up.
John may no show. But if he does, think of all the cool shit that could happen. So, obviously, John was kicked out of the solution. The Warden left, and John got mad at Warden. Imagine how mad John is going to be at Bear Me Jesus, who stayed around when Woody attacked him and beat him down.
Yep. Yeah, because Warden left over that.
Yeah, and the fact that it's a submission match, this
is Bear Me's specialty.
I hope, it is his specialty, but I hope storyline-wise John shows up because a lot of fun can come from this match here.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Speaking of Warden, he's facing Cross, and then we've got TakeOver kickoff matches, Money in the Bank qualifiers, Cam and Vitamin Yes, Canadian champion, I'll see you at Rebellion, and Luke Gray versus Adnex. And then there's like Age of Annihilation versus Carlito and Hippo, Fart Bucket and LJ, The Rider and JD. Like, there's a bunch of interesting, fun little matches in there.
And don't forget, Luke Gray and Adnex and Cam Popplestone and Vitamin Yes are both Money in the Bank qualifying matches. So winners of those will go in May to be in the Money in the Bank match. So keep that in mind.
By the way, you do not have a theme song for TakeOver on the website.
That is the only one. I have one for G1 Supercard and for WrestleMania.
I just noticed that, yeah.
But you're right. I don't have one yet. I'll get one, but not yet.
I'll do some digging. I get some stuff usually. I've found a bunch of good ones, so I might have one for you. Let's see. Over at Supercard, we've got, obviously, the Tino, Bastion, Barbed Wire, No Rope match. We got LJ versus the Road Warrior champ. Bear Me versus Hero. That's a big match that's kind of like,
those guys actually set up, because house shows, a lot of guys, you set up your own matches.
Yeah.
And they said they never done it before. They want to do it. So, hey, let's fucking do it. Should be good. It should be exciting.
Tommy Oliver and JD in a submission match.
This is another one that started, I think, in character chat. These guys started talking some smack to each other, and they said, hey, let's do it. They originally wanted to do it at WrestleMania. Some stuff changed between then and now, so they're going to bump it to G1 Supercard.
The day before, yeah.
Yep, day before.
The Age of Annihilation, members of the New School versus Red and CT.
Yeah.
People I hate.
I'm convinced that the Blissful Enigmas, these motherfuckers, I think GMSG is going to join me in this one. Over when you look at the tag team statistics page, you're going to see all of the tag teams that have teamed before. The Blissful Enigmas, I swear to God, they are trying to get every combination of tag teams to fill out that fucking tag team stats page. I swear to God. GMSG's got my back on that. He's got my back.
Well, because Red and I are on there for one match.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. There, match of the night, 0-1, and now we are blood feuding. So that was that.
Yeah. So Red and CT Martin, believe it or not, they have not tagged. So this is going to be a new team of the Blissful Enigmas on the chart. So
yeah, the Blissful Enigmas, the Eloquent Enigmas, whatever.
Yeah, Eloquent is only CT and Junction. Those are the only ones that they're specifically Eloquent. They're the actual tag team. So
gotcha. We got Breaker and Ash. We got Broken Nerd and GMSG. Your hardcore match with 3J, Green Machine, Baron Ash, and Warden and TB666 are the main card matches.
Yep. Yeah, go for it.
I was going to say, the kickoff is, I'll go through quick. We got Vitamin and the Rider, Junction and myself, which, again, is going to start very quick and very violent. That's all I'll say about it. It's going to be fun. It's going to be different, is what I'll say. Because why would I do my normal entrance for these matches? I want to kill Enigmas. like I'm a very angry person right now, and they're the reason. So it's going to be a little different, which they're already on board with. So that's cool. Tigress and Hippo, that's a good match. Buck and Woody, Sling and JRH, and Hawk and Adnik.
Yeah, some of these, of course, are intertwined. Like Hawk, Adnik, those guys are going to face each other at WrestleMania in the war. We didn't even mention, like, we were talking about the match earlier. We didn't even mention it was a War Games match.
Yeah.
At WrestleMania. We'll talk about it in the predictions.
Oh,
but,
yeah, the WrestleMania is next. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in predictions. But Spring Tigress and Super Hippo, this is a match that was supposed to happen at Ring of Honor 2019, but Super Hippo no-show, so hopefully he'll show up for a G1 Supercard. I think he will. He usually does show up for these shows, so this is like a rematch that didn't happen. So hopefully they can take each other on at G1 Supercard.
Yeah. And now WrestleMania. We'll jump in. The theme song, Legends Are Made, one that I found. And yes, I found it forever ago. I went, dude, this is like a Mania song.
And as soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, this is Mania. By the way, did you get a chance to listen to Remember We Die by Gemini Syndrome?
No, I didn't. I saw that and got excited.
That's some random song. As I say this to you, I don't even remember what it sounds like, but I heard it and I was like, this sounds really fun, and it goes perfect with the main event, Tino Bastion, no rope barbed wire death match. So when you listen to that song, think of that match. And yeah.
Sweet.
So, do you want to do some predictions here?
Well, Mania, I think I went to the bottom of your list, which is the Battle Royal.
Oh, yeah.
I think we start there and work our way up.
Well, I got some matches, some exclusive.
We can add something here?
Not announced, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I'll run the kickoff and I'll let you take over once we get to the peanut. Here we go.
All right.
So
to the peanut. I love that. It's the peanut is what it is.
The peanut.
The peanut. He'll love that. Jesus Christ. Which, by the way, he's not in this again, right?
No, he is not. He is not. Of course he's not.
Okay.
He's not getting a damn chance at a T-shirt. Come on now. Anyway, here we go. Singles match, first time ever. This is at the very bottom of the card so far. And keep in mind, we are not
match number 1
at the moment.
Potentially,
yes. This could be the very bottom. Stuff can change. Right now, Exo Liquid Vamp versus Chappers. Exo Liquid Vamp will be in Kev's corner, but this is her actual match on the show. So that's
not her debut, right? She was in a tag match.
Yeah, she debuted a couple months ago. I think Royal Rumble weekend she debuted.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, so she's been around a little while, but this is her match on WrestleMania kickoff against Chappers, a member of oh shit, let me get the name. It's in Spanish.
Les Hombres.
No, what? Zebras. Hermanos.
Les Hombres.
Hermanos.
That's it.
Hermanos hasta la muerte, which is
Brothers of the Dead.
Brothers till death.
That's probably makes more sense. Yeah.
Well, I mean, again, that was Google Translate. I hope that was right.
Yeah, sure.
But anyway, so that's a first-time match. Also, CM Carlito in singles action, not teaming with Super Hippo here. CM Carlito versus TB666. Believe it or not, these guys are two originals in the JRPL. Never fought each other in a singles match, ever.
Maybe it's time for Carlito and Hippo's team to go the other way. Maybe they don't team so much.
I mean, it's possible. They're not teaming here at WrestleMania, so
we'll see how they do here. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that's crazy. Anytime I get originals that's never faced each other before, I always like that. So that's going to be taking place on the kickoff here. Next up, we're not doing predictions yet. Okay, so Chappers, Liquid Vamp. Let's do predictions. You and me right here. Here we go. Who you got?
Liquid Vamp.
Ooh.
I'll give it to the newcomer on a good roll.
Liquid Vamp is, I will say, I don't know who she is, but I know she is Kev's legit real life best friend. He doesn't know what he's doing, so you know what? I'm going Chappers. That's fair. That's a fair choice. I'm going Chappers. So, okay, so going up, we got CM Carlito, TB666. Who you got?
It's hard to bet against TB666. He and I were actually supposed to have a match back at Australia, I think, but we diverted it because of John no-showed. I still owe him a match. It wasn't from a feud either. Just it was like, oh, that's a cool match.
Yeah,
I'll pick him.
Okay,
based on that for some reason. I don't know.
He has been up and down on the card. CM Carlito, who was the 2017 Comeback Kid Award. He won the Comeback Kid Award, by the way. But he has been struggling mightily. I also am going to go TB666 in my real life Discord nemesis. By the way, I'm picking him because I can look past that stuff when I'm predicting. That's what I do. That's why I'm the Ultraviolent champion. By the way. All right, enough self promotion. Here we go.
We'll get to yours. Don't worry.
Yeah, here we go. Triple threat match: Fart Bucket versus Accelerator 27 versus John. Former two-time world champion, who unfortunately I cannot rely on posting predictions, is going to be going up against Fart Bucket and Accelerator 27. You talk about how the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
It's all because I can't count on him. If I could count on him, he would have these great matches. He is a good predictor. But
he's not there,
I can't count on him to show up. He usually he's very sporadic. He still shows up, but you'd never know when it's going to be. So the reason this is a triple threat is because if he no shows, we'll have a singles match between Fart Bucket and Accelerator 27. But if he shows, it'll be a triple threat. So I got to ask, who you got?
I think I've said this before about Fart Bucket because I faced him before and it was a takeover and it was scary as hell because there were only like 5 matches.
Yeah.
When there's this many matches, I can't pick Fart Bucket because you should be able to accurately pick properly more than he can. Yeah. So I'm going to go with Accelerator for that. On a takeover, you fuck up twice, he lucks out 3 times, you're done. So when there's like 15 matches, he's probably not going to win it. I got to go with Accelerator.
Yeah. I am going with John if he shows.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah, but I'm sticking with Accelerator on that one.
Oh, even if the 2-time world champion. Oh, wow.
No, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say John if he shows, Accelerator if he doesn't. Sorry, Fart Bucket, but no chance. No chance.
Not this one. No. He might have take over. He might just like steal a win because he's kind of done that before. So who knows? But,
he has stolen wins before. We talked about him earlier. Modstep versus Rab. We talked about this match earlier, actually. Who do you got here? Modstep versus Rab, first time ever in the JRPL. 2 originals again.
Rab beat me the last match we had, and it was not that close. But Modstep is hard to pick against in these kind of matches, so I'll say Modstep. Because it's not title match. So
yeah,
I don't want to say he can't win the big one, but he can't win the title big one. And I can relate because I have trouble getting to the contender match. Like, oh, one more, maybe I'll get it. I can't seem to win those ones, so I can relate to that a little bit. But it's like if it's just a normal match, he's probably got it. So yeah,
I am 100% on board. Modstep is going to win if it's not a title match. I'm the same 100% same on board. I'm going Modstep over Rab. Sorry, Rab, but
I could see Rab pulling it out, but Modstep's a tough one. So
I'm gonna say Rab does decent when he's not teaming with Zion. But
yeah, exactly, yeah.
But Modstep all the way here. All right, singles match. This is 2 originals again. First time ever. I'm on a roll by doing this, by the way.
Like you say, you got to start finding me some originals I haven't faced. I'm sure there's a bunch.
Oh, there are.
You're starting to notice now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but here we are. Over 2 years in, Broken Nerd versus Wookie. Never been done singles match. Who do you got in that?
Broken Nerd, I think.
Both of them are very, I will say, unfortunately, I don't want to get mad at me, but both guys very inconsistent.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Broken Nerd, I think he's just got a little bit of momentum right now. He's on the downturn, but this literally could be the one that flips it, and there you go. So it's not meant as a knock. I see Nerd taking this one.
Yeah, no doubt. I also am going to take Broken Nerd because I would like to see him continue. I know it's only our second WrestleMania, but I would like to see him continue his undefeated streak of 2-0. He fought Ash last year, and unfortunately this is a big step down for him because he was in this really big story last year where he was this mysterious, the mystery attacker. And,
all scarred and everything. Yeah,
all scarred, and he revealed Baron Ash as his ally, who it's nice to see they're still a team, the Chaotic Maniacs.
Yeah.
But storyline,
they couldn't get the gold off the award winners, sorry to say.
Yeah, but
they really should have, honestly. They should have got.
Yeah, storyline wise, they are kind of wrapped up with Hito right now, Hito Shin Moses, but not quite. There's nothing really for him here at this show. So he is just going in a one-on-one match with Wookie, but I'm still going to pick him. I'm still going to pick Broken Nerd here.
And it's a case where like we just said, maybe the singles match is an opportunity to do something, excel at it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean the team ends, but it's like, oh, maybe your calling is over here. So
of course. All right. Another singles match. Guess what?
Originals, first time ever?
First time ever originals, yep. Super Hippo.
Ooh, he's fought everybody.
3J Platinum. Can you believe they've never fought each other?
No.
That's
awesome. Okay.
Super Hippo, 3J Platinum, first time ever in a singles match against each other. Right here at WrestleMania.
Oh.
Who do you got? I mean, honestly, you can't rely on Super Hippo. 3J Platinum just beat me. So that may be a little tip of the hat who I'm picking. But
I'm going to say Platinum. Platinum's got the run right now. I say Platinum.
Yeah, he just beat me. He just beat Breaker. He's on a roll right now, and he's won several titles. He's won the Road Warrior title. He's won the tag team titles. Super Hippo's done quite a bit too. Not going to say he hasn't, but as of lately, I'm picking 3J Platinum as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's talked 2 years ago. This would be an insane pick, but right now,
Hippo's got the pedigree as well, but it's like old stuff.
Yeah,
there's nothing recent in that.
Let's be honest. Nobody's going to be surprised if Super Hippo wins, but
no. At the same time, you're like, oh, good. Yeah, he's got it back. But
yeah, I'm glad.
It's not a foregone conclusion anymore.
And he won last year against, I believe it was. I know he beat Tino.
I thought it was that with Charisma or was that? No, was that 3J?
No. Super Hippo defeated Tino last year.
That's it. That's right.
At WrestleMania in a #1 contenders match for the world title. So you can see where he has fallen in 1 year, unfortunately. So pretty big step down. I mean, I hope he can win. If he does, he'll be 2-0 at WrestleMania. Pretty good start. So the last match that I have actually booked on the kickoff is a 4-way Ultimate X match. That is right. Ultimate X match on the kickoff. And if I probably shouldn't say this, but if history has shown you, Ultimate X matches are pretty good indicators on who is going to be the next #1 contender for the Ultraviolent title.
So this is something you're keeping an eye on.
I'm interested, but
you're going to weed somebody. You're going to weed a few people out, is what you're going to do.
I'll say this: it's not official, but I will hint towards that. Okay, so it's kind of important here. Just going to say. So here are the 4 names that are taking part in this Ultimate X match.
On the pre-show. The main event of the pre-show.
On the pre-show. Yeah. So here it is. First name.
This is to make you buy the pay-per-view. Right here.
This is it. Baron Ash, one half of Chaotic Maniacs, is going to be taking part in the Ultimate X match. Another guy taking part in this, Vitamin Yes.
Canadian champion.
Former.
See you at Rebellion.
And former Ultraviolent champion, by the way.
That too.
He has competed in multiple Ultimate X matches before. He has yet to get a win. So this could be another. This is his third opportunity. This is his third Ultimate X match, by the way. Just want to throw that out there. For Vitamin
I've been in
yes.
one. Didn't win it either, so I can relate there too. But not that many.
So this is his third time to try to get a win here at Ultimate X in that achievement. So, all right. So Baron Ash, Vitamin Yes, third competitor, the Alpha Dog, a member of the Hermanos Hasta la Muerte, the Brothers Till Death.
The Brothers, yeah.
Yes, the Alpha Dog. And the fourth member, the fourth man in this match, Luke Gray in the Ultimate X match.
Good opportunities for those guys, yes.
So, yeah, I'm not going to say it's going to be the #1 contender match, but it just may be. I'll say that. It just may be. It could be. If the right person wins. I'll say that.
I'm leaning toward Vitamin on this one.
Going Vitamin, I will say out of the 4, he's probably the bigger name in the match. Alpha Dog has already got Alpha Dog's already got a shot at the Ultraviolent title. Luke Gray has been off and on.
But he's consistently there. And maybe not with the wins, but he's always kind of in the discussion.
And he beat Bastion.
He did.
At a house show.
I think this might sound silly, but the experience that Vitamin has had with these before, he might be able to pull it out knowing more than the others in that. And it sounds weird to talk about a prediction league with talking about a match type.
It's important.
But legitimately, I think the experience will help him there.
It is important because you need to know the rules. These people, they might see this and not even go look at the rules. They might not even know the rules of Ultimate X match. If you haven't, I'm not going to explain them right here. You need to go look at them. But bottom line, I think also I'm going to go with Vitamin Yes as well. I think of the four, he's the veteran of the four.
He's going to pull it out, I think, yeah.
Yeah, so there's a good chance there. All right, so moving to the main card, I will let you take over the main card.
We've got the Peanut. Now, forgive me, though, you don't list the names here. It's the pictures, and I don't have them all quite nailed down. Like, I see that's the rider, and I can see there's Mod Step and Cammy Cat and Tommy Oliver.
I can name them if you want. I can go.
There's GMSG, but I don't. Is that Breaker? I don't have them all yet.
I got you.
So.
I'll name them off real quick. Peanut Memorial Battle Royal. From if you're looking at the graphic, top left, Mod Step, then Jonathan C.T. Martin, then the Dark Rider, then Breaker, then the Midnight Rider. Hey, not too far from each other, Dark Rider, Midnight
Riders.
Rider. Yeah. And then down below that, still on the left side, Cammy Cat, Dr. Tommy Oliver, Wookie, 3J Platinum, and last year's Peanut Memorial Battle Royal winner, the GMSG. And keep this in mind, every year, the previous winner will be automatically placed into the Battle Royal as long as they're still active.
Exactly, which is why he's in there, yeah.
Which is
everybody else was drawn.
Yeah, everybody else was kind of randomly picked by me, so he was in no matter what. So going over to the right side, top right, we'll go with Spring Tigress.
I'm going to say, you're going to start with the person punching the logo, or we're going to go all the way over?
Yeah, we'll go to Spring Tigress, the very top right corner. Spring Tigress, Super Hippo, Otis, Cam Popplestone, Jace Villain 13. And then down below them, we got Peanut Is My Bitch 69, Luke Gray, Jay Diano, or JD as I like to just say, Beer Me Jesus, and Ash. So those are your 20 competitors in the Peanut Memorial Battle Royal. The winner gets a shirt, any shirt they want from Pro Wrestling Tees and WWE or WWE Shop, not and, or like, WWE Shop.
Legit, a real shirt. Like, not that does, oh, you get a thing. No, the winner is going to get a shirt the Bomber's going to send them.
Yes, and if you're, unfortunately, if you're in the UK, I will pay the fucking shipping and you'll get your shirt. Or wherever you are, you'll get your shirt. Last year, GMSG won. He got a Johnny Gargano shirt, by the way. He got the Johnny Wrestling shirt. So I sent it to him right away. He got it, and boom, there you go. Simple as that. So the winner of this, obviously, they get a bonus win on their record, and they get a free shirt. So
I want the rider to win so you can send it to Parts Unknown.
Yes. Oh, my God. I didn't even think about that. Look at the names. Who you picking? I know it's tough.
Former world champion Ash right there is a big name. Bear Me might make this like his coming out party, finally. Tigress, you can't sleep on. JD, Penis My Bitch. Cam, Jace. And that's only on that side.
Yeah.
Like, Mod Step, Cammy Cat, Tommy Oliver, CT. I hate him, but he's good. Dark Rider, Breaker. Like, oh god, GMSG, of course. I just listed everybody except for 3J and Otis and Wookie. So now I've said all the names.
Who are you picking?
I'll go Ash. I see the world champ making a moment here.
Former world champ getting the Battle Royal win. Okay. Oh man. This is tough. Last year, I would probably not have guessed GMSG. Being the history person that I am, I would love to see GMSG repeat.
Oh, yeah. This isn't the Rumble where you get bonuses for entry. This is just...
Correct. This is whoever gets the most points gets the win out of all these 20 competitors. That's who I want to win is GMSG, but who do I think is going to win? I'm going to go crazy and pick a lesser popular wrestler on here. And I'm going to say Breaker. I think Breaker is going to win. Call me crazy. I don't know why. I just got a gut feeling Breaker is going to take it.
Okay.
Nothing jumping out at me. Just he's done good in Royal Rumbles before. And again, I know that really doesn't factor into this, but something is just jumping out at me that's going to be Breaker.
It's going to add up at some point, finally. Yeah.
Yep. So I'm going to go Breaker, but I would like to see GMSG repeat. I like that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
okay.
All right.
Next up, we have, and by the way, well, I'll mention these graphics. You did these last time as well, but the graphics, the style mirroring their logos and that with the faces over the corner, it's all awesome, fun stuff.
Thank you. Glad you guys like it.
It is worth looking at last year's WrestleMania because when you were talking about them, I don't think anybody realized that Spring Tigress had her kendo stick in the shot. We're like, oh my god, it's been there this whole time. So,
oh yeah,
yeah. But you did like badass pictures for Boss and that, like it's really cool. So these ones are some big guys, Daddy Fat Sack and Dave Souls McFart, hardcore match and catering. We already talked a lot about the match, so my prediction, I think I'm going to go with Daddy Fat Sack.
I'm with you. I'm going Daddy Fat Sack.
Because he wanted to break the team, right?
He wanted to break the team. Also, Dave Smell My Fart is not really that good. Both of them, to be fair, have been struggling. But Daddy Fat Sack has shown more success in the past, so I am going to lean towards Daddy Fat Sack as well. Okay. Yeah, I'm going Daddy Fat Sack.
And now we have another hardcore match. This one not in catering. That Guy Jack and XO Kev Kev with XO Liquid Vamp. Again, we talked a lot about the match. I kind of want to see... No, I don't kind of. I really want to see That Guy Jack win because I don't want him to leave. I want him to stay.
The story... So, yeah. Dude,
it seems like it's Kev Kev's to win, and that's like, oh, you kicked... Oh, like... that's a wrestling storyline. That's the loser leaves. But I want the hero to win. And I've loved him in the story, so I want That Guy Jack to win it.
I know they're my personal friends and stuff that I've worked with and everything, and unfortunately I did move away from them, but we still have a little Facebook chat that we talk to each other in, which is cool. But That Guy Jack does struggle quite a bit. He has had some success in the house shows. He hasn't really had any success on main shows. Man, this is really tough. This is like deciding between which your friends is going to win. I really don't want to see That Guy Jack leave. I know he's been struggling, and he's willing to sacrifice everything for this story, so that's why he's doing this. He's really taking it like to the extreme, and I love that. So I have to go with him. I mean, even storyline-wise, his character has been shit on throughout the whole story. Like, that is the character, like, it's been built perfectly where people have to kind of root for That Guy Jack. He's got his back turned on by his partner. You know, maybe it's his tag team partner, maybe more. I don't know. Daddy Kink imploded, and now Kev found his new partner, his siblings of Anarchy. I don't know. You just have to root for That Guy Jack. So I'm going to pick That Guy Jack. Whether or not I think he's going to win, I'm picking That Guy Jack. I would like to see him win. Just
to hopefully will it into existence. Right?
I hope so, yeah.
All right. We've got that Money in the Bank qualifier, Cross and Beer Me. I think this is Beer Me's to take. Again, Cross is good, but he's the only guy with 2 one-day title reigns. Like, he has a bad string of luck at certain key points. It'd be a huge win, and it's not out of the realm of possibility for him to do it. Yeah. Like, it would not be an upset, but I just think this is Beer Me's to take.
Yeah, I'm also feeling Beer Me here. God, just looking at Cross's picture though, I'm like, that's not somebody that's gonna lose.
Right? Yeah. No, it's. Also, by the way, I would love to see Finn Balor and Razor Ramon in their primes. That'd be a cool ass match, wouldn't it?
That would have been really fun back in the day. Yeah, that would have been really fun. Beer Me is, let's be honest, Beer Me's the favorite. He is a main eventer. Everybody would love to see him in the Money in the Bank match. I think he will win this match. I think he will go on to be in the Money in the Bank match. Whether or not he'll win, I don't know, but we'll get there when we talk about it. But I think he is going to ultimately win this match against Cross here at WrestleMania. Yeah, going Beer Me.
Okay. We now have the Noose Hangs Above the Ring ladder match. We talked about this one, but nothing about predictions. By the way, Disco Inferno Pictures versus Midnight Rider and a fucking noose. You didn't put the noose in the middle. You put it as like his shadow beside him. That's great.
Yeah, I wanted the Disco to look like scared, like, whoa, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, that's when I saw it. I was like, that's perfect. Because I even got the 2 titles. I know it's weird that they were you guys were tag team champions. Like, I made this graphic a long time ago. But by the way, it's tough. It's tough to pick this. Who do you think is going to win?
Well, Ryder is weird because sometimes he'll have a great win and then not. But that's Matt Zion. And for everybody who's like, oh, but he sucks. when we won the tag titles, we both had 49 points. There was no weak link. There was no strong link. We were dead even. But sometimes he picks like shit. So when you're talking 15 matches on a card, at least the matches that are important get the most points.
Yeah.
But I think there's too many to make it work. His thing has worked. It literally got us tag team gold. But I think the writer's going to have better actual picks versus Matt's 10-9-8-7 style. So yeah. I think the writer on that.
I like how you're like, oh yeah, that's like his style. It's the like, I don't give a fuck. Let me go through here and just click the. Let's be honest. Yeah. But I storyline wise, goddamn, I want Midnight Rider to win. I want him to win so bad.
Yeah, same. I do not want Matt Zion to win that match. That doesn't work because he's coming after me. He's got to win. So
also, it makes you feel like, what if Matt Zion wins? Like, what would happen? You know, like how crazy would that be? But no, you're right. Matt Zion, history has proven he is not going to do good on a big card like this.
There's a reason the UVC picked him to be my tag partner because he doesn't win shit. That's why. And then somehow we won shit.
Yeah. So yeah, you know. I will say. Yeah, I'm going Midnight Rider. Come on now. Yeah, going Midnight Rider.
Yeah.
Matt Zion, by the way, if you want to hear crazy how his picks are going to be for that, listen to Jobber Radio, the podcast, next week. It's going to be, hopefully it will be there. We're going to be doing
Thursday, available Friday time frame. Yeah.
Yes, it'll be up Friday. Hopefully he's there. We're going to be doing we'll be giving our picks for WrestleMania on that show. Just a little shout out to that. You'll see how bad his picks will be at that point. So,
Yeah, he doesn't care about the product right now either, so
that too.
It might be problematic for his.
All signs are pointing to Midnight Rider at this point. So.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. And I'll face him after Rebellion or something. I'm sure we'll target that. Try to figure some story out. It's that'll be weird just to work out a story with someone that I'm not talking with. That's weird too. So we'll figure that one out when we get there. We'll talk about mine. I don't know what the accent was. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it later. We'll talk about it. But the Road Warrior champion, we got the Warrior facing whoever the hell the champion is. I'm sure you got 3 graphics ready to go. Whoever wins it.
I do.
Yeah.
And I will say it's obviously between Kyoko, Jay, and Cade Gailey. Not Chade Gailey. Yeah. Cade Gailey.
Gailey.
The first prediction is, who do you think is going to be the Road Warrior champion at this point?
I think that Cade is going to retain over Kyoko. It'll be close. I would not be surprised if Kyoko took it. But I think Cade's going to do it. Cade's just on a run. And then it's Cade versus LJ. I think he's got that one too. But again, it'll be close. If it's Kyoko and LJ, I think LJ takes it.
Oh.
So if that gets us to here, it's, by what I'm thinking, either Cade or LJ against the Warden. I think Warden's taking that title either way. And if it's Kyoko somehow, I think Warden's still taking that title. I think Warden's winning this title.
This is Warden's moment. If he fucks it up, hey, listen to me, Warden. This is all on you, motherfucker. You've wanted this for so long. If you fuck this up, this is on you. And no telling when this is going to come back around. But I think, I'm going out on a limb here. I think, as far as who's going to face Warden, I think Cade Gailey is going to defeat Kyoko. And then I think LJ is going to beat Cade Gailey and ruin Cade Gailey's WrestleMania moment on being on the main card. I think
can see it.
LJ, listen to this. I had this set up the whole time, ready for this. LJ, listen to these people he has beat in his last 6 matches. He's won 5 of his last 6. I'm going to read you the people he's beat. Number 1, in order, Woody, former world champion. Number 2, Ash, guess what? World champion. Number 3, 3J Platinum, Road Warrior champion, tag team champion. Beat him. Then he lost the Elimination Chamber match. I mean, come on. It's Elimination Chamber. It's going to be hard to win no matter what. So you can't really fault him too much on that. Next, who did he beat? JD, Jay Diano. Beat him. Former Road Warrior champion. Then who did he beat? GMSG. Former 2-time, probably, I think, the greatest Road Warrior champion we've had so far. The GMSG.
Superstar of the year.
He has beat Superstar of the Year, yes. So, Woody, Ash, 3J, JD, the GMSG. He has beat all of them in one-on-one singles matches. I am going LJ to beat whoever he is facing, whether it's Cade Gailey, whether it's Kyoko. I think he's going to beat them at G1, and I think he's going to go on to face Warden. And I'm still going to pick Warden. Yes, I am. He is too good. I don't know how he's so fucking good, but I'm going to pick the Warden to beat LJ in a big WrestleMania Road Warrior title match. That's what I'm going with. That's what I'm going
now,
with.
Let's tangent briefly because we don't have these ones up yet, but there is the tag titles. The Drifters versus either Boss Solution or Team No Chance.
Yep. So
that
first
will
of all,
be here.
Yeah.
So we talked a little bit about predictions before. I think that Boss Solution together is real strong. I think they're going to do it. But I don't know if they can beat the Drifters. I don't know. Because Woody's been on a weird slant here and there, right? So
yes.
I think the Drifters could capitalize that, but I would not be surprised if this, like, Stone Cold and The Undertaker kind of team of Boss and Woody, which is kind of how they are. It's like, they're a team? Oh, God, that's dangerous. I think they could easily take it. I don't think they're going to. I think the Drifters are going to retain that. The Drifters are going to go on, like you said, a solution-ish run that no one thought they could. I don't think it'll last that long. Like, it won't be as long as theirs was, but it's going to be a good run either way.
Okay. So you're going with Boss Solution winning the #1 and then losing to the Drifters is what you're going with.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am going with the same route as far as who is going to win the #1 contender match. I think it's going to be Boss Solution. And again, no shade thrown at Team No Chance. They have been a tag team for, they're arguably one of the the longest running besides Eloquent Enigmas that we've had going right now. Maybe
so.
CM Carlito and Super Hippo. They're one of the more veteran tag teams, so don't be surprised at all if they beat Boss Solution, by the way. I'm still going Boss Solution to take the win. I just think Woody he's on a little bit of a higher level than most of the people in this match.
He also rebounds very well.
He does rebound very well. Legit Boss is good when Legit Boss focuses on matches. So I think they're going to win. And you know what? I'm siding with you again. Drifters to take the win at WrestleMania. I think that's going to be... they're coming out like, you know what? Yes, they're 5-0. They've done it again. They've proven that they are the #1. That they're the #1 tag team right now in the division. But
they even won that impromptu non-title match that they ended up in.
Yeah, against another undefeated
that wasn't
team.
Even planned, and they still won it.
Spring Tigers and the Green Machine, and they were 2-0. That was 2 undefeated teams, and the Drifters won.
I think as powerful as Boss and Woody is together, I don't see them being a better team yet.
And
the Drifters.
And just as you pointed out earlier when we talked about it, if it is Boss Solution versus them, that is 2 undefeated teams yet again going at it. So
if it is Team No Chance against the Drifters, I'm still picking Drifters.
Yes, I am too. I'm going Drifters to take the win at WrestleMania, keeping the titles.
It's funny how they went from a team that was like, oh, they're kind of thrown together. They don't belong in the tournament. At least give them a match first, and we did. Now they're kind of definitively the best team going, not just because of the champs, but they're 5-0 and kind of the favorite to keep going.
Yeah, they're on top of the division. You can't argue the success they had. They're 5-0, untouchable right now. So we'll see what happens at WrestleMania.
Now the other title match would be the Top Lock title, where it's Bastion versus Tigress versus Captain Charisma. Unless the Finn wins.
Yeah.
And then it's Finn versus Bastion versus Tigress versus Captain Charisma. And that all hinges on TakeOver.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make it easy. I think Finn goes all the way.
Oh, shit. That is big. That is big.
I want to see Spring win it. I do. But I think Finn is just going to go all the way with it.
Wow. That would be a major statement. Finn come in, topple Bastion.
Not an upset, but a statement.
Sure.
Very key there, I think.
Yeah, insert his way into the feud that's been taking place and then beat all 3 of the people that have been, like, fighting with each other. That would be monumental for Finn, I will say.
Yeah. No, that said, it's one of those matches I honestly could easily see anybody winning any point of it, but Finn's a hard one to bet against.
You're like winning me over, like kayfabe-wise. That would be really good. But, man, I know how good Bastion is. He's had a couple rough patches. I hate to be the homer here, I really do, but he's gonna beat Finn. I'm sorry. I know I'm being the predictable guy. he's going to beat Finn, and he's going to win at WrestleMania. I know I'm being a predictable guy, but
he could. But your key point there is, even if he doesn't beat Finn, he still gets that shot at Mania, and he still could take it again.
What if he's a 3? I mean, people are going to be freaking out, but you know what? If he wins, he wins, he wins. We'll see what happens. I think he wins throughout. I think he beats Finn. And gets his first successful defense, and then he goes into WrestleMania. He doesn't have that hanging over his shoulder. He comes in, he just thinks about the matches. No, not all the pressure in the world. Like he is really stressed out about defending that title for the first time. He really wants to get that under his belt. I will say that. I'm going to be
believe me, I was terrified going into the tag title defense because I didn't do it last time.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. Yeah, he is. He was devastated when he lost to Captain Charisma without defending his title earlier. He's not going to want that again. If he does beat Finn, he's walking out of WrestleMania still the top block title champion. So
you know what? I agree with that. If Finn doesn't even make it, then I think Bastion does keep it. I really want Spring to win it because after the history with you and her and the whole story back and forth, it'd be awesome to see her take it. And that's not to knock Captain Charisma. I just see him as the third or fourth wheel in this one. It's not Caps to win, but again, I would not be surprised by any of these people winning these matches. It's a close, good one, and with their pedigrees, which is good booking and story. Hey, look at that.
The thing that's hard is storyline wise. Captain Charisma, would be the weaker person that you would want to win storyline wise, but he is really fucking good. So that's the tough part when you got to consider who's going to win. It's like, it's not a story as far as who actually gets the most points. The story develops, throughout the afterwards and beforehand. So when it comes down to it, Captain has just as much chance as anybody else.
And then it always goes from there, because if the match ends in a certain way, but the story doesn't really dictate it works that way, you fudge things, like dropping a Titantron so that the Maniacs beat UVC. It's like, well, they won, but shit, that kind of, okay, how can we fix it? So there's ways around.
And you know,
I
think you are onto something. I think Spring Tigress is the fan favorite, the one everybody really, because she hasn't won a singles title yet. She's been tag team champion before. She hasn't won a singles championship. She is the face of the year 2018. So she is definitely, I think, going to be the one everybody is rooting for going into this match. And no matter what, you can't take it away from her because she is in the match no matter what. She will be getting a shot at that top lock title. So we'll see what happens.
And you mentioned War Games. Yes, there is War Games. Legends of New School, Hawk, Ash, Dark Rider, and Jace, Villain 13, to get the full name in there.
Yeah.
Versus Blissful Enigmas, without Red, though, technically. It's CT Martin, Junction, Adnex, and Breaker. And it's War Games. So for WrestleMania, they're going to bring a second ring out and a cage over it all.
How
are you going to write that in?
I have got a message. Oh my god! I just looked at Discord. In my UVC chat, there's 234 messages. This is since we started recording. Okay, God. This is my life. This is what I have to catch up on after this.
Yeah. This is. I will say flat out, when I was working at the stuff for my match being Hell in a Cell, I'm like, do we incorporate there being a second ring, because we got our own plan. And Red's like, nah, let them do their own thing. I'm like, all right, we're going to ignore if there is even a second ring for our match or what. I don't know what the plan with this is. It's War Games. It's 2 rings.
Yeah, I'm trying to look in the messages that were sent to me. Somebody sent me that they want the match to take place in an empty arena.
It's WrestleMania.
I don't.
Or is this like broadcast from somewhere else?
Like somewhere else, like
from the JRPL Performance Center?
I guess so. Yeah, I forgot.
Okay.
I thought it was CT, but I'm looking at this and I don't.
That works if that's the case.
I have to look more into it. Somebody did send me the reasoning behind. Hey, all of a sudden 2 rings. Somebody sent me that.
Yeah.
I'll find it at some point.
I'll just say, despite everything with the New School, it really, they kind of need to win that to establish who and what they are.
Yeah.
But I think the Enigmas are going to take it, because I can say from my dealing with the Enigmas, they're fucking tough to beat. So the Enigmas are probably my pick for that.
The Enigmas have had a lot of success in group matches. We saw what happened at Survivor Series, but saw what happened.
They're good at their picks.
Yeah, and I don't even know if they talked their picks out. I think they told me somewhere, I think I read somewhere that they don't even talk their picks out anymore. They started
Nice.
to, they started struggling, then they just went on their own, and they started winning. So I know they beat Team No Chance in that big other War Games match, so this is another shot at them in another, brand new stable. This is the thing about the Legends of New School. Ash, a lot of success. Jace and Dark Rider, they've had a moderate success so far. I mean, they're brand new, so they're
definitely
they're on the radar.
To watch.
Yeah, they're on the radar.
Exactly.
Hawk, though. Hawk is definitely, as you look at the previous since he's debuted to now, he's definitely the weaker link of the group.
He's what, like 1 and 6? So like 2 and 6 or something. It's not good.
I have it right here. I will tell you.
He just got a profile page, and it's not great.
I'm loading up right
now.
Hey,
maybe this is what he needs.
Why is my internet taking so long? 2 and 3. I thought he was worse than that.
I thought he had more losses. Well, sorry, Hawk. But it's kind of like I've been there. My overall win-loss record, I think, is actually more losses than wins. Technically,
he's lost.
Whatever.
He's lost to Voodoo Dreamer, Luke Gray, and Junction, and he's defeated Fart Bucket and Chappers. So there you go.
It's not exactly the best of the best or the worst of the worst.
Yeah. So
it's close though. Fart Bucket,
out of their 4, he is a little bit of a weaker link. When you look over the Enigmas, they don't really have a weak link. So that's why I am also going the Blissful Enigmas in this one. Now there is, you need Legends of New School to win.
Yeah, but also it's War Games, so there could be an advantage based on the prior 2 matches I think they're doing. Yes. Not the Junction or CT ones, because I'm not part of that shit. I got my own problems with those guys.
You are correct.
But there are there's an advantage match I think they have somewhere, if I remember correctly.
At Supercard, all of their matches that take place, like you have Breaker versus Ash, you have Hawk versus Adinex. All of those things are going to count. Whoever gets the most, I think. Let me just grab the other match real quick before.
Yeah. While you do that, I'll mention, because people were like, "Oh, so is Ash going to team with Scott? And is Scott part of that new squad now?" And it's like, no, Scott's on his own. No. He's not teaming with anybody ever again. He's been burned bad. But it's like, no. They got their own war to fight. He's literally going after her, and he's going to go through them to do it. So I do like that part of the storyline too. It's like, oh, he'll team with them. No, not all faces get along. No. That's not what this is.
Yeah. So basically, the matches that take place at G1 there, whoever gets the advantage as far as wins go, the other one is the Blissful Enigmas versus the Age of Annihilation, the tag match. That is the other one that they have factoring into that. Of those 3, whoever gets the most wins will get the advantage into the War Games match at WrestleMania. So
cool. We'll
see who gets the advantage going. And again, it's only like 1 point, I think. Or no, it is not 1. It's 4 points, 2 points. I'll do the math, whatever. We'll figure the math out, but it is definitely a slight advantage. It's not a monster advantage. So it's going to be interesting. This is only the 3rd War Games match, 4th War Games match, something like that. So it's funny because I have the page loaded up. It is the 3rd. This is the 3rd War Games match.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what happens there. I'm going for Blissful. You are going to for them, right?
Same.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. It's befitting of their war. The new guys kind of need to win it, but they can rebound from this, because that's kind of their story. Is like the Enigmas are the ones to topple, and they might be too strong.
Yeah. In
this scenario, you might need to pick them off one by one. To take them out. So.
Yep.
Next up is the Iron Man match, which is a huge match. Hiroshi Moses versus the GMSG.
Yep.
And this is one where, honestly, like, the good guy should win, but the bad guy could easily win this one.
Yeah, these
Hero
guys,
and GMSG. It's like, I don't know.
GMSG has won most of the encounters between the two, but anything can happen at WrestleMania, and this is the blow-off. So GMSG could lose everything here at WrestleMania. So many mind games have went into this story. We already recapped the story. Won't go back into it. But when it comes down to it, you are correct. GMSG should win the story if it's kayfabe-wise. But you know what? I am going crazy. There are going to be some upsets on this card. And I do think Hiroshi Moses is an upset to win this. I am picking Hiroshi Moses to win this match. So
yeah,
call me crazy. And I think I'm going with it.
The key part to that though is it won't hurt GMSG. Like he's to a point where he'll survive it easy, is what I mean.
It's not going to hurt either
but
guy.
It'd be better for him if you want it. And same, actually, you're right. Yeah.
They both have done a good job here.
That's kind of where I was starting. Like, I kind of see Hero winning it, honestly, because like he shouldn't, but when he does, the story continues on his path. And it's like, oh, that's the darker timeline. What's going on? But I kind of see it. But I'm actually going to go with GMSG because I kind of see him pulling this one out and like turning this around, because this could be towards a run toward the top for him. Like this is the next, like when he puts this behind him and he's on top of it, that's good.
This could be the stepping stone for him. You're right. I do agree. If he gets this win, this could propel him straight into the main event, like premier main event scene.
Like literally, here we go. Yeah.
Yep.
Because he's that close. He's been there a lot. He's just been dealing with this in the meantime.
Yep.
When this is in the back burner, there's nothing but up. So
we'll see what.
But if Hero does, kind of the same thing. Hero's like he can make a run too, because he had that main event with Bionic Knee. It's a great match, honestly.
Yeah, I will say either way, Hiroshi Moses has been in some premier storylines. I mean, like you just said, with Bionic Knee. And the winner of this, no matter what, is going to be propelled really high. And the loser, I don't think is going to drop that far, because they've both done a very good job. The story's been solid. They both have really done their part. And we're going to see the winner goes up. The loser, not so much. So we'll see.
So that's, again, an Iron Man match. So it could be a case where GMSG kind of like gets the win, but still loses the match. You know, it could be even that scenario, storyline-wise, too. It depends on how it goes. And where does Spring Tigers fall in all that? Who can say?
She has been involved. We'll say that.
Yeah. But a storyline that's a little more personal is the Ultraviolent Championship Death Match. Yourself versus Cam Popplestone. Again, we've talked about it quite a bit. It's Cam's to win, but I think the bad guy's going to win this one too.
No,
I think you're going to win this one.
If you,
I'm going to beat you at the end.
Okay.
No, I honestly see you winning this one, because he's kind of gotten one over you a lot here and there. But never really in the match situation. So maybe that's where the match is, but it's a death match. That's your thing. You don't lose those.
Yeah. See, that's the funny part. You're right. I do not lose death matches. That is what makes this match to me a little more special. That if he does beat me, the guy that I have been like forcing him down storyline wise, and we have been butting heads so much that now we're facing off in my match with my title on the line. If he wins, it's the perfect story. But if I win, god damn, that bad guy is a piece of shit. That is kind of what's going to happen if I do win. And of course,
that's been your kind of your MO though. You've like, oh, the bad guy should lose here. Bummer wins. Fuck.
And I will say,
but it's like you're kind of making your own Triple H Ric Flair situation, where it's like, god damn, who's gonna beat this guy? When someone does, holy shit, and that's for Cam to do. But at the same time,
yep, that is true. Yeah, I mean, it feels weird picking myself, but I am confident in my predictions that I will pick myself in this. But hey, Cam Popplestone, if you're listening to this, if you tuned into this, best of luck. I can't wait to face you and finish off this big story that we've been doing. So
it's awesome. It's really, really cool. I'm glad it all worked out. Kind of like, because like I said, we talked a lot. It's the Brett and Owen thing is just a funny thing that we ended up talking. But we literally, like, I'm glad to see he stuck through it. Like I said, ups and downs. It's all worth it, even with the match. It's like, it's an honor to be nominated. Yeah, but I hope he wins it. And I hope that if he loses, he doesn't drop and keep going. Like, So.
And the funny thing, you just noticed on the two of the top three matches, we have Brett and Owen Hart. Look at that. That's funny.
Well, there we go. Love is Hell in a Cell. Redhead versus myself. We hoped for something silly with the graphic. We honestly wanted almost wedding bells on it or some shit.
Oh,
you
that
put
been fun.
Goddamn like fire with the cell and then a bloody heart over the logo and then a heart for it's once you got on board with the story, you're like, yeah, I'm all in.
Yeah. You got that right.
So
and this is definitely. Oh, sorry. Go.
I don't want to go first, is what I was going to say.
Oh, gotcha. I will say kudos to you. Kudos to Redhead. Kudos to everybody involved. I think this is one of the more involved and better stories going into WrestleMania this year. So good job to you guys, first of all, for that.
Thank you.
The way the story is going, there's no way Scott should lose. The way the story,
I have to win. Yeah,
Scott's character has to win. But guess what? This isn't kayfabe. This is reality, and whoever gets the most points. Redhead is very good, and I'm going to pick Redhead in this match.
And beat me twice because
beat you again.
We were in the triple threat, and Tigress won, and I lost because Redhead had more points than I did. And then we had a one-on-one, and Redhead beat me.
Yep.
And yeah, it's hard. It's real hard.
Nobody in their right mind should want Scott to lose this match unless you're an evil person.
Full disclosure, I am terrified. There is so much riding on this match.
Yep.
And it's a huge match. You literally have this as number 2 on the card. I don't know if that's the plan, but holy fuck, dude.
It's number 2. Awesome. It's number 2 at the moment. I will say that.
Jesus Christ. And okay, so there's only like 3 or 4 more matches. That's still top 5. I'm awesome. Cool with that.
I will, no matter what. Yes, this is definitely in the top 5. I'll give you. Yeah.
Like that is so cool to me. So okay,
and that just shows how much a good story will show you how high up on the card it'll land you. So,
yep. It's. Like, of course, I'm picking me because I'm confident in it. Sure. But
you should.
I've lost these kinds of matches before. I'm worried. I'm scared. Oh god, I could fuck this all up.
And I tried to use a graphic where Bret Hart, he didn't look worried or sad, but kind of looked not, he didn't look as confident. In his element, he just looked a little uneasy. Kind of the graphic I tried to use.
And that's perfect for the storyline because I challenged for Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Me challenged for the gimmick match.
Yep.
That's literally the story from all these death matches coming. Like that's long-term storytelling. That was always the goal. It's like I have to be the one to make that challenge.
So you guys,
because that's how far I've fallen.
So tell everybody who doesn't necessarily know, what is Love is Hell in a Cell?
Well, we literally, this was Red's actually. It's like, it should be Love is Hell in a Cell. I'm like, I'm 100% on board. That is the best thing. That is so perfect. The idea was I challenged to Hell in a Cell. And then Red said, okay, one condition. There's no ring. Because you're never going to put a ring or put me in a ring. So the idea here is that the cell comes down and the ring is disassembled. And we have the match with no ring.
So intermission before this match, basically.
Or you air the fight back in catering during it or something.
Yeah, okay. I see.
Right. But the idea is the ring, it won't be taken away. It'll just be like it's littered about the inside of the cell.
Gotcha. Oh, so just pieces.
So, yeah, like it's just they just take it apart.
Gotcha. Okay.
But it's in the cell. So imagine that match with the stairs there and the boards and the ring ropes and the posts and the fact that I've been writing stuff with Red for like a month on what this match could be and have in it. Yeah,
there you go.
It's gonna be some fun shit.
There you go.
So yeah, the idea was no ring. I was like, that's so good. That's me agreeing to this match. You know my history with death matches and these kind of things. This is not good for me, Bomber. It's not good at all.
Either way, it's gonna be gonna be good in the end for everyone. Maybe not. Okay, maybe not you. You're right. Well, maybe not you.
Yeah. No, I literally have ideas for both versions. If I win, cool moment. If I lose, cool moment. It'll be a WrestleMania moment is what I'm trying to do either way for how this ends. And that's all I'm going to say. You'll see it soon. I'll get you the write-ups.
Well, I'm excited.
But it's going to be a cool thing either way. And all I'll say, because I don't want to ruin anything. I don't want to even like tease much. But we're going all in on Love is Hell in a Cell.
Okay.
With mind games. It's my matches with Junction and CT Martin are going to be violent in the sense of fuck this, I don't want to deal with you. But for this one, I got a WrestleMania entrance, but it's going to be a bit different because why am I a positive person right now dealing with this? But I'm still the face, so it's going to... I have to win. I have to win. I have to win. I'm worried I won't.
Well, we'll see. Either way, it's going to be exciting. I'm really looking forward to reading it. I'm sure everybody else needs to be too, because it's going to be one of the more involved matches, I'm sure, on the show. So you're going to have to tune in.
That's awesome. Thank you for that. But that's I'm not going to lie. The part of it is like we kind of want like feud of the year. We want match of the year.
It's possible.
We're aiming for it early, but yeah. I want match of the night. God damn it.
Well, we'll see. I mean, there's a
They're
lot
probably
of
not getting it.
I mean,
Hell
you
in a
never
Cell.
know.
Hey, I should look up what a Hell in a Cell match is.
Yeah, it's could be good. It could be really good, or it could be really, really bad.
With that many matches on WrestleMania, that could be interesting.
That's why I'm worried about my death match. But any hardcore, anybody that's in a hardcore, any death match, Hell in a Cell match, you could be in for a bad night. Look at last year's WrestleMania and look at the triple threat death match that happened between the Regulators, and look how bad of a night you could be in for. So,
dude, you want to talk about a bad death match night? SummerSlam.
That was bad. You're right.
That was the baddest of the bad. So yeah,
that was the worst.
I'm worried, but this was always the plan. Always challenge to the cell. Because I challenge it, because I'm not desperate, but it's like I'm willing to go there for this. That's how bad this is. So yeah.
All right. So,
and then we have the world title,
the main event.
After all that, we got the Royal Rumble winner, former world champion Tino, against world champion Jut9. Your boy.
My boy. My proud little baby boy. Look at them all world champion like up there.
And they're both yelling, which is great, by the way. That's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
They're smug in their main picture, but yelling in their other. I think Jut's gonna keep it, because I not only just have a hard time in general betting against him, but after he retained at the Chamber, it's his to lose, and I don't think he's going to.
I am gonna say I would not have put money on him retaining in the Elimination Chamber with all of those guys in the match together.
He didn't.
He was so like, there's no way I can do this. There's no way, and he found a fucking way to do it. Now, Tino, we obviously know he can do it. The solution are going to say, oh, the only reason he was on top was because of us. That's partially true. He was near the top because of you guys, but he is his own man. He won the world title at the perfect opportunity when he cashed in his Money in the Bank, and he held on for it for a while. So he is a very worthy opponent, and he is the Royal Rumble winner, but in the end, Jut is also going to be my pick. The guy is a fucking boss. He has won time and time again. He is good. Like, I wish you guys could see the way we talk about our predictions and stuff. He knows what he's talking about. He's very good, and he's going to retain that world title. I always knew it was a matter of time. Why do you think I wanted to recruit him? Just because he was Roman Reigns? Yes, also that. But also, I saw how well he was predicting when he started, and I was like, this guy needs to be in my fucking group. And he has done good since his debut. And I think he's going to shine here in the main event at WrestleMania. So I am definitely picking Jut as well. And if you keep track of the people I picked, Jut won, Bastion won, Bomber won, all still UV champions at the end of the night is my prediction.
The only title change you predicted was Warden winning the Royal.
It is. You are correct.
And I think that I also said that.
Yeah, I have the tag teams retaining.
Drifters,
yep.
I could. The one is like, I kind of see Tigress taking hers, but I honestly think Warden's the only title change.
You're right. That is true. That's the only one I predicted was Warden winning. Great. I had to pick a fucking solution guy, didn't I? Jesus. All right. Well, I think I picked.
He's that good.
And obviously he's good. Yeah, I can't take that away from him.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look up really quick. I'm loading it up right now on how many titles changed at last year's WrestleMania, just so we have some stats before we end this bad boy.
Which has been long, but we knew it.
Well, yeah, this is our 3 months. Yeah, and this is our WrestleMania one. So, all right. Yeah. So last year, WrestleMania 2018. The tag team titles did not change. The Solution defeated the UVC. The world title did not change. John defeated Banksy. The top lock title did not change. Woody defeated Bomber in a Hell in a Cell main event. The Ultra Violent Championship did change. The Green Machine defeated Accelerator 27. And the Road Warrior title did change. Wookiee defeated JD. So only 2 titles changed last year out of 5. So there you go. UV and Road Warrior, which are the 2 of the lower titles on the totem pole. So all the top 3 titles remained.
My Canadian title wasn't defended when
there you go.
I made it up like a month prior.
Yeah.
And we beat Imperium, who aren't even around anymore.
There you go. Yeah, that's unfortunate. They were a really good team. They had a lot of success. I'm sorry to see them go. But who knows, maybe one day they will return. As I always hope people return to the JRPL when they take a step away.
But we've literally got all of that, and it's not like there's stuff afterwards, but I am literally already planning stuff with Rebellion being in Toronto at the Rebel. That's where I lost the Canadian title. It's all there.
The funny thing is, we have 3 big shows on this big weekend coming up, and right after that, we have more shows lined up, ready to go. We're talking Rebellion, Money in the Bank, and I'm sure there's a Ring of Honor one, I believe, as well.
Yep, and there's a Saudi show in May as well.
Jesus, it's not, after WrestleMania, I hope you got some plans made, because there's a lot of stuff coming up right after that.
Yep.
So
I've got some.
Yep.
Well, I mean, there's a Canadian title and probably the Rider, so I got my spring planned. How about you?
Yep. I don't know. I don't have anything planned at the moment for me. I will say that. I will see where my WrestleMania match takes me. I will say that.
Dude, Toronto. That's SummerSlam as well and Takeover. So
SummerSlams are big shows.
The Canadians. The Canadians.
Yeah, there's plenty Canadian matches coming up later on this year. So. But either way,
finally.
Yes, this is our WrestleMania. There's plenty to go after this. This is the pinnacle for us. We'll see where a lot of these stories end and which stories begin. So start brainstorming when you're listening to this. Say, okay, let me start compiling. What am I going to do? What's going to lead to SummerSlam? What's going to lead to Survivor Series? What's going to happen at Money in the Bank? Start leading to this stuff, guys. Start thinking what's going to happen, and we'll make the rest of this year even better than the first part of it. So that's pretty much my only inspirational speech I'm going to have.
Well, dude, I mean, at some point, we've got to have that one-on-one. We are 2 originals that haven't had one of those yet.
That's true. That is true. And
that's just been kind of a long burning story, because I've had to go through your UVC, which I never was successful at.
Sounds good. Let's do it in a death match. How about that?
All right. When do you want it? Next year's Mania sounds good. Let's go.
All right. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
But
oh god, I will not win that. Oh fuck.
But I'm good. I'm good if you are. But my last thing I'm going to say is, everybody, first of all, thank you so much for taking part in the JRPL. It's a lot of fun for me. I hope you guys enjoy it too. For me personally, it makes everything so much more important and fun to watch. And just thank you, and I hope you enjoy WrestleMania this year.
And on that note as well, we are often in the Discord chat. In voice chat, talking, like watching the show and reacting, and updates are coming through, and it's like, well, there's only 3 matches, I got to win this and I got to win that. It's awesome. And being in there with guys like Warden and JD and CT and yourself, and Woody's in there, and then you get Nate and guys like that. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
With that, and it actually adds to it, because when you realize everything hinges on this tag match right now, oh god, you have actual stakes in it. It's really great. So I do recommend that for anybody who's involved in it. And even if you're not watching it, just jump in that chat anyway, because it's happening. So, yeah.
If you are listening to this or watching this and are not involved in the Discord, it's a lot of fun. Just literally jobberradio.com. Just click on the little search bar, type in Discord. It's going to be the very first thing that pops up. Click it. There's the link right there for you. You're really... I'm just going to say it. You're missing out. You're missing out if you're not a part of the stuff on Discord, and that's all I'm going to say.
And a lot of the new guys can hopefully attest to this, but everybody, I've said this before, we might not all get along, but we do welcome new people in and help them out. So, like Nathan, 8K, for God's sake, is tag team champion now.
Yep.
Like guys like that, and Luke Gray and Jace Villain. I remember when they showed up, I'm like, who are these guys? Alpha Dog. Oh, neat. Tommy Oliver. These guys are cool. Well, they're making serious runs and plays here, so it's awesome to see. So everybody, come join in. If you've listened this far into the however long this is about all our stuff and are part of it, go join it. I hope you saw enough to be interested in it by this point.
Yeah.
So yeah.
All right, sir. I'm good if you are. You want to take us out of here?
Yeah, I think I'm all talked out here. So Woody, we missed you.
Yes.
We need you back for the next one. It honestly won't be until after Mania at this point, clearly.
Yeah.
And probably more toward building the next one up, and it'll kind of be like, here's what happened, here's where we're going. So
yeah, probably Money in the Bank. Yeah. Last week.
Yeah, that's the plan. I think as of right now, who knows what'll be happening. I do plan to stream these once I get my internet sorted out as well. There's been problems with drop frames and server issues, so we do want to bring these back live as well. Bomber doesn't stream it because it interrupts with the actual quality of the recording, so we have issues with that. We're working. But with that all said, Mania is Sunday, but the JRPL stuff starts Friday with takeovers. So get your picks in. Deadline is 2 hours before the pre-show, or an hour before the pre-show usually. So if you're picking any of these, have them in by Thursday, and you're done. Just don't worry about it. Like, don't make picks on Sunday for Mania. You're a crazy person. Don't do it. But if you are doing all that, jobberradio.com. This is all with our podcast. Our normal stuff is coming Thursday with a podcast on Friday for the actual WrestleMania, because we're going to talk about that WrestleMania for a couple hours as well. Stay tuned for that. And Bomber, thanks for chatting this all up. It's been a lot of fun. And we'll see you all next time.